One.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session of the Dark Veil.
The Dark Veil. Oh,
Technical
the phone wanted to
difficulties. Oh my god.
I thought we got that all sorted out.
I did too.
Apparently not.
Nope. There we go.
Wow, what a shot. Oh, Cody. Totally missed, too.
All right,
Tyler, what is this? What is the sponsor of this episode?
This episode tonight of The Dark Veil is brought to you by the empty space between the stars.
There you have it.
Wow.
Thank you for sponsoring us, Empty Space Between the Stars.
Check out the empty space between the stars at your local Walgreens, as seen on TV section.
And behind Tyler, you can see all of the sponsor money that they're giving us.
Wow.
That's a lot. What are we going to do with all of it?
Drugs.
Nope.
The stars limits.
All right, so let us begin the recap here. So, when we last left off, our current group of adventurers, having slain the monstrous stomach-like creature with many eyes that cover it in the Great Abyss district of the city of Onor, the city of Ors, and the founding city of the Three Kreen, had taken to some rest shortly afterwards, as Dane pushed Reva and Balefire into the pit where they slowly descended down with magic. They took to rest. They met with a strange being known as the Dreamcatcher, who has this kind of weird and I wouldn't say alliance, but more so she comes in from time to time to give advice and tell the adventurers about the world, warning them about the dangers that lie in the abyss. Shortly after that, the party had descended into the abyss, following one of the creatures that had made its appearance. One of these like winged, strange aberration creatures with eyes and mouth, like inside their mouths, flying down further and further into the abyss with a polymorph spell and a wild shape. Eventually, they found their way through a tunnel. Let's see here. Shortly after that, making their way through this tunnel, they came to a fork in the tunnels that split from a left path, a center path, and a rightmost path. Through the leftmost path, they heard whispers and different conversation from these two beings that turned out to be known as Jujo and Brackish, these two individuals who are in search of magical secrets in order to revert to some kind of curse that afflicts one of them. And as you exchanged information, they soon took their leave, and you all headed down to the center of this split in the winding paths, heading towards the rightmost path, towards a village that had been told to you was the name of Elgiri Village, a village of Myconid, a mushroom and fungus-like people, where they said that you would find the greatest, or the easiest path forward, making them your ally. And so as you began to descend down this tunnel, the tunnel itself, while at the very beginning was mostly rocky and stone and earth, began to slowly turn into a tunnel that was filled with organic and fungal material, different mushrooms that began to produce spores in front of you all. And as you were just messing around with the mushrooms, one was plucked and thrown onto the ground, where it suddenly sprouted legs and arms and presented itself to all of you as a representative of what Elgiri Village is. And so you aptly named it Scrappy for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
This tall, like 5-inch little mushroom began to lead you down the winding paths, and soon enough, you wound up inside this cave, kind of a domed cave with bioluminescent fungus that kind of frames this dome-like cavern, and several different vegetation in the form of large mushrooms and just indiscernible organic masses that all seem to be part of this little ecosystem as well. Many of these creatures suddenly began to approach you, and you could feel through the use of these spores that had attached themselves to you this feeling of conversation mingling between the two of you, though no specific words. The feeling of caution and yet somehow requesting aid was transferred to you as you all began to make your way towards the center of this village. And so as you entered one of these large huts made out of fungal, like mycelium-like material, you found yourselves in front of this very large mushroom that everyone here seems to regard very highly. And so that is where we left off this last session of the Dark Veil.
The Dark Veil.
The Dark Veil.
A live action.
All right, so
So I'm gonna, as we're talking at this, I turn to Balefire and just give her a quick look back, then I look over again. All of a sudden, I see Rava. I'm like, Rava, how'd you manage to get here?
I kind of wish I knew myself.
Man, we're dealing with weird magic recently.
it's a strange dimensional shift. It seems like, was Balefire here the whole time, or was it Rava that was here the whole time? It's some distortion in reality seems to occur, and just while you doubt it momentarily, you just learn to accept it.
Where there was two sets of footprints that converged to one, it was always Rava.
Because it's easier to explain it that way due to absences.
We miss you, Carla and
Yes.
Mike.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Hope they are resting peacefully right now.
So I guess, is there like any sort of, how are the myconids around reacting to this giant mushroom?
Make an insight check.
All right. 14.
Okay, 14. Taking a look at them, it's very hard to gauge any kind of facial expressions, but through body language, they don't seem to. They seem to hold it in some kind of regard, almost as if like they're based off of the direction their bodies are facing. It's almost as if they're like giving the room to it.
Sure.
Because I just kind of want to approach this giant myconid. Is that what it was?
What you know is that the race of these mushroom people are called myconids.
Myconids, okay.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
wanna
they're...
I just wanted to make sure I was saying it correctly because I don't say words great.
Yeah. Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, Mike and Ike.
Yeah, Mike and Ike's.
I approached this giant Mike and Ike and like, howdy, Fred. How are we doing? My name's Rondon Timbers. I guess mentally because we're doing the sportsy thing.
All of you suddenly feel this very strong mental presence as Rondon, you finish that sentence. And the response seems to come from all around you, but the voice is stronger from the very large mushroom in the center. And it only says, I welcome you, though I do not know your purpose here. Friend or foe?
And I just kind of turned to Jane and like, this seems like a very, very lawful, good type of creature. I just only say that jokingly. I don't actually say
What
that.
does that mean, Rondon?
Well, I'm chaotic neutral.
Hey, Dane, you want to fucking kill this thing?
Well, I mean, I don't mean you any harm. I consider you friend. Honestly, we're just kind of looking for the Baron. We're kind of a search team for him, and I think we're a little bit more successful at the moment, but he's been in grave danger for a while.
Though I do not know this Baron, that word has been used around here from others like yourselves. Other humanoids have come through here. Not always as peaceful as yourselves.
Recently?
Semi-recently. I sense no hostility from you, but others of your kind do not always follow the same hospitality.
Well, that's rather unfortunate. I mean, why would anyone want to attack you? So far, you folks have been nothing but kind to us, and I mean, you didn't attack us, that's for sure. But some people are just cruel.
Mike just texted me he wants to cast Fireball.
Never mind. Also,
No.
all of a sudden, a fireball just comes out of the shadow. Just
That didn't happen. Mike, I know you didn't really text me.
Text you? He barely knew you.
got him.
It's fair. We have reason to believe that the Baron we seek is being held by the Lord of Amethyst. And we've been told that you have some dealings with this dragon.
Oh, we have had many dealings, and none in positive ways. The cult of Amethyst is a difficult one to understand. Though they are intelligent and in some ways diplomatic, their intentions are always hidden. They are very powerful as well. All we can do is defend our home. If we explore too far, we run the risk of entering their territory.
I will not veil our intentions that we sought you knowing that you may be able to help us with this task, but even without this, I think that we would have met as friends were the circumstances different. Our guide here, who we met first, he mentioned an exchange.
I see. You can hear, or rather notice, that there is a collective kind of, I wouldn't say like a loss of consciousness from all those around you, but suddenly they bow their heads, and it's as if they're in a trance of some kind, and suddenly their heads perk up. I believe that we can help each other. As you no doubt may have noticed, there are small canals throughout Elgiri village that have run dry as of late. One of your kind came through here and disturbed something within the placid pools. Without this water, our village cannot survive long, and we need all of our strength here to defend against the cult of Amethyst. If you do this for us, we can ensure safety into the crystalline caverns. But further than there, I can assure no safety. Too far into their territory.
Of course. How long, Tyler to Brandon, how long have we been going? Just since our last long rest?
It's been about, let's say, because I think, did you guys end up taking a long rest inside the tunnel, or was that a short rest?
We've taken short rests.
Short rest? Okay, so then the long rest was back at Crystal Peaks then.
We only took a short rest at Crystal Peaks.
Oh, did you?
The last long rest we took was in the general store.
Oh, that's right. That's
The Casey's.
The Casey's.
Where we got the breakfast pizza and the incense.
Right. So it's been a couple hours. I mean, I would say probably maybe 4 to 5 hours.
Since we started descending and everything? Or I guess
Since that long rest. Because you've taken a couple of short rests, which are each an hour, plus the time that it took you guys to get down through the abyss, through the tunnels. You took another short rest there because Eric put the hut up. It's been about 4 to 5 hours.
okay. It's not time for another long rest. Was my question.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that might be something we can deal with. That sounds like it's actually right up our alley, you think?
I would say so.
No hesitations.
Continue Rava's tutelage.
Can I
The
do
pla-
a check on kind of what everybody is doing as far as they're kind of in this trance? Can I I don't know, how do I put this? Kind of gain some insight on what exactly is kind of going on with them a little bit.
Sure. For this, let's see.
Because that's kind of what I'm paying attention to is everybody's kind of in this trance thing, and so something seems off.
Gotcha. I'll give you the choice between either Arcana or Insight, whichever one you want.
Let's do insight.
Okay.
18.
18. Looking around this room, the entirety of this what can assume to be called a chamber is more of like a hut, made entirely of fungal material, and all of these creatures, standing about 5 to 6 feet tall, all of them seem to be made of different kinds of fungus and mushroom. They have stopped that strange meditative kind of trance-like state, but when you looked around, it seems as though like they were collectively using their minds to do something. You're not exactly sure, but it was some kind of deep focus between the entire village. You're not sure what it means, but it's whatever what is happening. It seems to have taken a great deal of focus from everyone around.
I think I'll just kind of keep it to myself
Okay.
for a little bit.
Now, Mr. or Miss, or just Giant Miking in. I wish I had a name for you. Is there, can we hang out here for a bit and like kind of rest up, overnight or over? Well, I don't know if you guys experience night down here or in here, but like we could eventually go for an 8-hour rest to kind of like replenish our resources. And can we also like replenish some of our stocks here? I've been in the need for something to cause people to finally poop themselves, and I was wondering if you had mushrooms that in that area. That's the word.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Rondon.
I'm not a good persuade. Oh, I got a +1, I guess.
It's not a negative.
I'll chime in.
Okay.
If we can perhaps take some time here to rest and recover, it will allow us to deal much more quickly with this thing that has been disturbed, that you say.
Okay, so go ahead and roll with advantage, or I guess whoever would like to make the roll with advantage.
What's your persuasion, Brink?
6?
+6?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let
Nope.
you roll.
Just a flat 6.
Okay. I didn't want to take it from you,
Always.
but yeah, that's the first roll. Oh, 12.
We should have gone with mine. I had a 15.
I was trying to roll with advantage, but I rolled twice, and it was a 12 and a 7.
Okay. Would you like a better roll?
I already have a luck thing that I've been holding on to for a while.
Okay, I can put you deeper in the hole though, if you'd like.
So God.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll take my chances.
All right.
Have you ever explained that to Miley?
No, so Miley, we have a system here. Typically, it's of whenever it suits me to kind of torture you guys. There is a system of good and bad luck cards that essentially I'll try to tempt you from time to time to there we go to basically succeed a check or a roll, and I'll say you can succeed that now and draw from this deck. And essentially from this deck is a series of random misfortunate kind of what would they be called?
I guess
Like penalties that I could choose at any time.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's like exchanging a success for now in exchange for me being able to say, "Oh, you know what? At this point, I can play this card against you." And whichever one you draw, I can be like, it's a minus D10 on your saving throw. So it's kind of like
just a little extra knock
Credit.
against you.
yeah.
But in the moment, you get a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's an automatic success, so that's nice. But
At the cost of favor later.
yeah, in the beginning, we were using those like candy. I actually have never used one, but other people in the party were using them like candy, and then I think Brandon smacked Mike with 2 of them at one point.
Ooh.
And it was like, oh god.
Okay. So you can see that several heads kind of turn to one another, though you cannot hear this. Normally you can hear the intent in conversation. This one seems to be kept from you. Eventually all the heads face toward you once again. And that very prominent voice comes out once again. And it says, "This will be acceptable. However, know that you are under heavy guard. Though we have no reason to distrust you, we must keep precautions up."
You're muted, Brinker.
Of course.
Rondon, you can also see that out of the corner of your eye, one of these myconid creatures, kind of about your height, comes with what looks like a bowl made of clay. And in this bowl you can see some herbs, or rather some materials.
Mm-hmm.
Are you proficient with herbalism, Kit?
I don't think so. Let me. Where would I find that at?
Proficiencies?
Under, like- Oh, I guess in the tools.
Yep.
I got Carpenter's tools, herbalism kit. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
assuming so.
So you know this to be... So you can add 2 Toad Bloom.
Ooh, Toad Bloom, my favorite.
Toad bloom.
Mm-hmm. To your
Like
inventory.
T-O.
And 2 Scar Moss.
Like frogs and toads.
And frog moss, you said?
Scar Moss.
Frog moss. Sorry. True.
I'm
Seems to my head.
sorry.
Lord Voldemort.
I saw a European TikToker who was trying to say American words today, and she thought that Baltimore sounded like Voldemort, and she was like Lord Baltimore, and I was like,
Yep.
kind of the same thing. I guess.
Nailed it.
All right.
Sorry, for Scar Moss, is that just SCAR?
Mm-hmm. Scar Moss, yep.
Okay, it's not in D&D Beyond.
Oh, I thought it was.
Booty.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah?
I was gonna say bacon, but the O came out, so I finished it.
Oh, sorry. I don't think I have that one in here. Just write that down anyways.
Alrighty.
Did you get the Toad Bloom, though?
Yep, Toad Bloom. Got it. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right. As this is concluded, you are led out of this chamber and taken kind of towards the outskirts of the village near one of the cave walls. And there is a a small hut made out of this same kind of like mycelium like substance. It's a functional shelter, though there are no provisions, no kind of sleeping mats or anything like that in there. It is simply a room that is considered a shelter for the purposes of cover. And there is also no door.
I kind of like bump one thing with my arm a little bit, and I'm just like, do you trust them?
It's an interesting thing, trust, Reva. You can choose to say that you trust many people, but until their actions prove otherwise, it's the only choice we have.
I noticed something in the hut. They communicate with each other somehow. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't trust magic.
Oh. I'm like, I look around and I'm like, well, thank God the other two magic users aren't here.
But once again, I use giant magic.
I that's most of what I do is magic.
I turn around and I'm like, shut up.
You turn around and I'm a dog.
Raven's just standing there with a knife, just like, what? Her magic?
Where?
Dane pulls a rabbit out of his hat, and Ray was like, diabolical.
Fucking witchcraft.
Evil.
But, the communication you say. Was she just observing the same communication that we were experiencing with them? Would I observe that? Because everything that we just communicated with them was in our heads too, right?
Essentially, yes. It was more so of a... It's less speech and more so of a thought being communicated, but for the purposes of role play, to
Right.
communicate exactly what they're trying to say.
Right.
I give them a voice.
Would I assume that that's what she's talking about?
You're uncertain. I don't think
Okay.
you have enough details to kind of...
Sure.
All of what? Since Reva wasn't actually present for the sneeze, does she have the same spores?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And-
Why don't you tell her exactly what you mean by that?
You want me to do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
From player perspective.
So what happened was Rondon was like, hey, look at these tasty mushrooms. Chomp. And he ate one, but it was nasty, so he spat it out. And he was like, here, Kwansang, try this delicious mushroom. And Kwansang, oh, yeah. And then he did one of these, and he, like, made it look like he ate it, but threw it behind him. And then our little friend popped up and walked away, and I said, wait a second. And then I went over and said, hey, little buddy. And he was like, come here. But he didn't say anything because he doesn't have a mouth. And he was like, and we all got in real close, and he went, chew. And he sneezed spores on us, and then he talked to our brains.
Okay.
So now we have snot spores on us and we're talking mushrooms.
Also,
This might just be a bad trip.
Yeah, I was going to say. We wake up and
You're all still in the Crumble Crag Inn. You're just
We're
like...
missing our kidneys. Oh, my freaking kidney!
You're in some alley in Onor, just like tripping on mushrooms.
There are no bug people. It's just the whole thing.
well, we're not even magical. This is just part of the trip.
Right.
we
It's literally just us.
we wake up and Dane has this like really little stick and he's like, Spire of Conflicts.
Narita, where'd you
That's
go?
like not even this campaign.
Oh yeah. That's what's this one called? The Apexis Flora.
Mhm.
There we go. The Spire of I forgot about that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
My eye keeps
So
twitching.
that's the mental communication that we've experienced.
One
Okay.
big trip. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Radon, like, even though like he could communicate in his mind, he was just like mouthing it out loud, just like as he went
Yeah.
along, because he just can't help himself.
All right, so you find yourselves alone for the time being. Well, relatively alone. You can see that they're giving you enough space to do your own thing. However, there is a guard that, not a guard, but like a system of guards that kind of alternate and keep an eye on you, make sure that you don't wander. It's like a tentative kind of trust.
I want to put out like a brain pulse, assuming I can do that. Like, can anyone tell us more about what we're looking for, what we're going up against?
You're trying to communicate to...
Yeah, just like, is there anyone who can talk to us and like give us a little more detail, anything that you guys might know that might help us, so that we can make sure we solve the problem?
There isn't an immediate response. A couple minutes go by, giving you guys time to unwind and kind of rest yourselves. However, the smaller mushroom that had originally greeted you out in the tunnels suddenly struts into the hut, standing at probably no more than 5 inches tall.
Hey, Scrappy.
This kind of white like mushroom head with these what would they be called? Like it looks like a porous kind of mushroom with this like red jelly that kind of forms little globules at the top.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, go on. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Like Toad from... Isn't that his name, Toad, in Mario?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like him, but the colors are kind of there.
He's missing the vest.
It's like,
gotta-
yeah, it's,
We gotta make my vest.
and not wearing anything, obviously, because it's just a mushroom.
This one. This one.
What are you doing, Drew?
Just looking at mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Eventually, they make their way into the room, and you can feel the communication once again. And the voice seems to be quote unquote, seems to be the same from every creature here.
Like that one? I just sent you the mushroom. I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
You sent it where?
it's
in the chat. Sorry,
Oh,
it's in Zoom.
Zoom chat. Sorry, I forgot that messes you up. And then Slack chat.
okay.
Well, you can proceed while I do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Okay.
interrupt you. There it is.
Ew.
Yeah, kind of like that, except a little less. The globules aren't as large.
Okay.
For everyone at home to see.
I was gonna make it my background
Yeah.
quick.
It's kind of gross looking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's killing my trypophobia.
So this creature walks in, and they say, "You needed more information. Was that it?"
I hoped that maybe if there was something more that you knew about what we're looking for, it might help us to deal with the problem effectively.
All we know is the placid pools were once a very calm and enriching place for most creatures of this underground area. However, a group of humanoids of your kind came through and disturbed something. And the water has since stopped flowing. And we suspect it to be an otherworldly presence. Some specters lost deep within the darkness. I do not know more details. We have not been able to venture far.
These pools. That's another cave. Further back by where we met you. Aye?
The placid pools are... It is an area of this underground that houses many springs. It's a rather large place, much larger than the cavern here in Elgiri village.
It doesn't sound like they're describing the thing that I saw, where the thing was hunting.
No, so where you saw it, it was more so of a tunnel, but it was a much larger tunnel with series of pools kind of I guess, what am I trying to say? Like the ground itself wasn't completely flat. There were like smooth, polished like pools and like puddles and whatnot. It was still a tunnel, but it's not. It doesn't sound like what he's describing.
Okay. Specters. That totally changes the spells I was looking at to prepare.
Well, when we were kind of exploring the tunnels, Dane sent a bat familiar down that middle tunnel back there. It's kind of curious. He said that there was like this like scorpion looking thing that was trying to hunt his familiar. Do you know what that is? You know what that's about?
There are many hunters down in these tunnels, but I believe that you're referring to cave fishers.
Interesting. What are cave fishers?
They are insectoid-like monstrosities that hunt through the use of a white film that descends upon their prey. They do not normally seek combat, but will defend themselves if provoked.
I mean, that's fair. Now, do you want to know what lake fishers are? I'm assuming you don't see light of day too often.
Undone. No one does anymore.
Oh,
He starts to gag.
what? Why would you remind me, Dane?
Just a poor choice of words is all.
You know I don't speak common too well.
English.
I was gonna say English. I don't speak English too well either. It's not my first language.
So specters are stopping the water supply at the placid pools.
We do not have much more information to go on, but since the humanoids came through, the water has stopped flowing, and the presence of these specters may have something to do with it.
Were these pools sacred in any way? Is it a holy site?
They are merely a place of respite, rejuvenation, water for the creatures of this underground.
Dane kind of withdraws into thought, like Tyler's doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. All right.
Thank you for the information.
Of course. And you can see them begin to walk away.
And as they're walking away, I just asked, can we set a wake up call? Wait, never mind. Never mind. You seem busy.
Okay.
Scrappy, I do want to offer you, and I kind of hold the finger out that's got the bat hanging off of it. It may be something that no one has ever experienced before, but you seem the right size to perhaps ride this bat like a steed. Does that interest you?
He's like, what's a steed?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
With advantage?
No.
Oh,
I mean, everyone wants to fly. That's... Oh, crap. That just
I
rolled
can,
all the way
dude,
up.
and I can fly twice as high.
19 for persuasion.
when you're in a book. Or you can take a look in a book.
It's reading rainbow.
He says,
It's reading rainbow.
"Can you ensure my safety?"
It's got seatbelts.
I mentally command the bat to make sure that it doesn't buck him off or anything, and just follow the commands given. And I'll say, nothing is safe, of course, but we can take precautions, and I assure you that I listen to everything you have to say.
Very well. But there are some things that I must attend to first.
Take
Watch-
the bat and go.
Yeah. Take the bat there. Arrive in style. Really impress the other mycelium.
All right. So you place the bat on the floor, Dane, and you can see this tiny mushroom creature who is already small, but I mean the mass of this is basically nothing, right? You can see them get on, and it's very strange to watch this like little mushroom just like get on the bat and grab onto the little furs like around the nape, and they kind of hold on, and the bat just begins to flit their wings and take off, and while it's not the most graceful flight, they are holding on.
I just like imagine them just like falling off right away, just rolling off the back.
And he's like, okay, that's enough.
I will reach out mentally to clarify that the magic will expire after some time, and before that happens, I'll make sure the bat lands. And
Okay.
I feel like you should force Dane to roll an acrobatics roll.
Stop. Stop.
Wow.
Thanks, I
Anyways,
The bat
is
shits on
my-
Rondon.
this is my last show. Thank you.
Okay. Can you imagine he's like flying or whatever, and then he's like, oh, this feels great, and the bat disappears, and he like lands into a boiling pot.
well,
A
in pot of
nice-
what? There's no water.
Oh,
Nice
sure,
mushroom stew.
That was my plan the whole time.
We're gonna fatten you up and eat you later.
What was the witch's name in Hansel and Gretel?
Mrs. Witch? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
First name the, last name Witch?
I'm sure that they've given her names in modern adaptations, but I can't think of one from the original fairy tale.
Can't either. It just popped in my head. I was like, I don't know her name.
Elphaba.
The Witch in the Woods.
That little hoe.
Alice Krieg?
Sounds fake. I don't believe it.
I just see evil witch.
Oh, wait, no, that's the actress.
Evil comma witch.
Let's just all take a moment to Google this.
Walda? No. Anyways, okay, so they take their leave, leaving you to do whatever it is you want to do.
Tyler's looking at spells. So
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I'm
I
just ready to rest so we can continue on our journey.
And I guess I just want to quickly study the moss and the moss and the other thing I got. I can't remember for the life of me.
The toad bloom?
Yeah, there you go. The toad bloom and the scarred moss.
There you go.
Gotcha.
excuse me.
So taking a look at this, taking a look at the toad bloom itself, you recognize this type of herb, seeing as you are proficient with an herbalist kit. You know toad bloom to be named after its warty brown petals. It is primarily found in swampy areas with high humidity and low exposure to sunlight. It occasionally secretes a puff of green gas that smells of rotten eggs and stagnant water, and its uses include being a component in creating potions of water breathing, creating noxious bombs, and jump potions.
Interesting.
And you know the scar moss to be a very rare and soft herb. It is known as a blessing to all that it grows on. Scar moss is widely regarded as a great fortification to any structure, as its magical properties protect it from magic to certain degrees. Its uses include creating runes of protection and guarding from magical effects. And just from the knowledge that you have, many castles or many fortresses are essentially encouraged to have this scar moss growing up the sides of it to protect from magical sieges.
Interesting. And I just turned to the rest of the group and I'm just like, I can't make people shit with any of these.
I don't know what to tell you, Runto.
I've been gypped.
These are useless. This has some magical properties that help prevent castles from being sieged magically, and this can be used for potions of water breathing or jump. Useless. What am I going to do with this?
Have you tried combining them?
What do I look like? Some genius?
He's got a point.
You do look dumb.
It's like that scene from Ratatouille where he's like, taste the flavor combination, and then he's just like the brother eats the thing like without even.
You guys see the Ratatouille?
I wanted to.
What the fuck is that?
They made a musical of Ratatouille.
Oh.
It's actually really good.
Oh, okay.
Didn't Wayne Brady also contribute into the musical itself too?
Yeah, he was in it.
I mean, yeah, I knew, but I didn't know if you did a musical contribution to it, or if you was just an actor.
I'm not sure about the extent of his involvement, but we can also come back to that.
Anyways,
D&D.
I got sidetracked. Well, then I guess I don't. Now I'm conflicted if I want to actually mix the two together, because apart, they're pretty dang good. And wait, did I get 2 of each?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just gonna mix one portion of each together just to kind of find out what happens.
Okay. How are you doing this?
So I'm assuming with my herbalism kit, I have like a mortar and pestle
Okay.
to kind of like.
Do
so
you
I just
have the
put-
kit in your inventory, or are you proficient with it?
That's a good question. I have to check my inventory now.
Herbalism kit.
Mhm.
He definitely had it in his inventory at least.
Inventory, equipment. Come on. Grapple hook, hand axe, lantern hood, potion of healings. That's good to remember that I have potion of healing. Rope and tinderbox. I'm assuming I don't.
Okay. So that'll be something that you'll have to look for when you get back into town.
Well, now I'm just gonna ask Quadsang or Persea, like, hey yo, do you all have like a mortar or pestle I can use?
No.
You could see Persea, her eyebrow kind of raises, and her interest is piqued at this point, and she says, "Rondon, I didn't know that you were proficient in alchemy. Are you attempting to create something?"
Oh, I'm not proficient in alchemy at all. I'm just trying to do stuff. I'm trying to combine this toad bloom and this scarred moss to kind of see what happens. Because I asked for something.
And she looks to Quan, saying, like, "Don't let him do this."
When she makes eye contact with me, I go, Rondon, this is a great idea.
All right. So you got a mortar pestle, Persea?
She slowly whispers to herself, "I can't be involved in this." But she does pull out an herbalism kit and sets it on the ground and walks away.
I go, Rondon, I'll be right back, and I like kind of catch up to her.
Mhm.
I'm like, per se, what's gonna happen?
More than likely, you'll create something that counteracts both of their magical properties, but usually these things don't end up in such great ways. The effects may not be immediate, but if you try to administer this herb mixture to anything, it could have very strange results on the individual.
Like growing a frog arm or something like that,
Or being poisoned, or falling unconscious, or but getting sick for several days, or
okay.
And Rondon's just on the ground, just
He's already out.
he just snorted it.
Okay, well, it's gonna be hard to convince him not to do it. Give me something else. Tell me he won't be able to taste bacon, and I run back. And I start sprinting towards Rondon, and I'm like, stop!
what?
Persea says that you won't be able to taste bacon.
Oh fuck! Toss it out, and it's like I can't believe they would even allow me to do this.
And I turn around to Persea, and I give her a look, and I go,
Can't believe
She kind of breaks eye contact, and just like you can see her like stare out an ethereal window with the rain falling down, like
Bum, 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 bum.
yeah. Oh jeez, where is it? I think I have it.
do it.
Where is it?
Dane's sad music.
Here it is. She's just like looking out the window, just.
Kagome.
Yes!
Kagome!
Kikyo!
Guys, we're gonna get copyrighted.
No.
They're just names.
All right.
Although Brandon and I he does sound like Inuyasha, and I do sound like Kagome. So
Yeah.
They
might actually come for us.
All right. So after this fiasco, have you ground up the herbs then, Rondon?
No, I was getting prepared to.
Okay.
I was just kind of like really thinking about the mortar and pestle. Like, how do I actually use this? Which side of the pestle am I supposed to like use to ground up? And which side of the mortar does the grinding? I got really confused by it. I just know what they are.
Oh, sure.
Say right after the situation is diffused, Quan saying you get a mind link. Just that was masterfully done.
And I go. I mean, for all we know, it could have been real.
For all we know, but I've got a much harder time talking him out of stuff usually.
Just talk to him about bacon.
And like as Dane is like looking through the notes he's taken from his tutelage with Velen, he like writes in the margins, use bacon as weapon.
That's perfect.
It's Rondon's secret weakness.
Yeah. So when Rondon turns out to be the big bad, we know what to do.
Don't do it.
He grows to like the size of a mountain and like
holding a slab of bacon with a dagger to it.
Well, that's my level 20. Become huge.
Bacon Lord.
Size of a mountain.
You can see, Reva, that as soon as this little interaction with Kwansing and Rondon concludes, you can see Presea kind of kneel down next to you. She has a very strange way of kind of carrying herself, and from the world and its lore, you know that elves, at a certain age of the world, elves were a very prominent race, but they have since disappeared for a very long time. No one has seen elves, and especially not elves as strange as this one you see before you. She carries a sort of alien-like elegance, this orange hue to everything about her, including her skin, her the armor she wears, her hair, this kind of lightly tinted pupilless eye that she has, and there's a very enchanting presence about her. This kind of kindness, like a soft autumn breeze that just carries around her. She kneels down next to you as you are taking your rest, and she says, "I'm sorry if we haven't properly been introduced, but I am Presea, and it seems that the destiny concerning this group has brought us together as well. I feel it's only fair to get to know each other." Oh my god, are you talking to me? No.
Me? Sorry, I've never met somebody like you before. An elf, I mean.
Yes.
I'm Reva. I'm just kind of like stuttering.
Oh, sure.
my words. I've never like been around somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're.
And I just kind of like awkwardly like reach my hand out, like
Aww.
not super social.
Yeah, she takes your hand and shakes it. You can see that there is some kind of like strangeness to the way that she does it, as if it's not very common for this kind of greeting to take place. But she, what am I trying to say? She humors you in your greeting, like this. Like there's a very strange cultural difference between the way two people interact between humans and elves.
Picturing Pocahontas when John Smith holds his hand out And she just
Nothing's
holds her hand out
happening.
back at him.
Oh, sure. And she
Here, let me
says,
show you.
yeah. Yeah. And she says, yes, you're, well, our friends here. When we initially met, it was quite serendipitous. They were in the middle of some battle with a sea hag of some kind.
And spits on the
They
ground.
they mentioned that elves in this world are not very common, and I apologize if my presence makes you uncomfortable in any way. It is not my intention. And she kind of shyly, like, kind of looks at the ground.
No, it. Sorry, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I just have questions, I guess is a better way to put it, about magical beings and their intentions, I guess. I'm still getting used to this group too.
They are wily and very, very strange, but
As she says this,
uh-huh.
you can in the background maybe you see Rondon and I playing patty cake with our feet.
I don't trust them.
But I've come to find that they also have very endearing qualities, and their hearts are good. They're in the right place.
I've sensed that too. I sense it in you too.
What brought about, if you don't mind me asking, your apprehension to magic?
Long story, but it's not something I talk about a ton.
I see.
Maybe one day.
I understand. But just know that if you're ever in danger, and she holds her hand up kind of in front of her, and she says, I do carry restorative magic. So if I come to use it on you, please take no offense. I just wish for your safety.
No offense would be taken.
She nods as she kind of places her bow across her lap, and you can see her kind of lower her head, her eyes close, and you can see that she begins to take part in some kind of either a trance or some kind of sleeping ritual as she grows silent, and a slight smile kind of curls across her face as she sits next to you.
And for a second thought you were going to say that she joins Kwansang and Rondon in the patty cake with the feet.
She stands up and she's like, patty cake tournament.
Wait for me, guys. And she runs like
Tournament
Woody.
implies you can
Throws
win
off the
patty
chute.
cake.
Are you assuming that Rondon and I aren't trying to win?
One of us is going to fall over. It's not going to be me. I'm going to waste all of my Giant's Might on this.
And I don't know, I'm not the DM. Can we have some sort of skill challenge for their patty cake?
Somewhat?
Some sort of skill challenge?
Sure. So this is both a combination of dexterity and concentration, as maintaining the pattern for this for a prolonged period of time can mess you up. If you've ever played that game, like, eventually someone's gonna mess up, so...
What about using sheer strength as well?
Sheer strength? Not unless you're trying to punch him. Or you're trying to overpower him. This involves having to do very complicated motions with your hands. So it's dexterous.
Feet.
We're using our feet on this one even.
Oh.
All right, I guess Dex saving throw?
Just a check. So go ahead and make a dex check, both of you.
You're screwed, Rondon. Get Rex screwed.
Oh, yeah? well, that's not terrible. I got a dirty 20.
Oh, actually, he beat me. I got a 19.
Okay, so
Rondon, you did roll a dexterity saving throw.
What am I supposed to roll?
I guess you don't have proficiency with your dexterity saving throw, so it's the same. You're fine.
Yeah, I got a +2 in my dex.
gotcha.
So
All right. So, Rondon, that's one success on your part. Now make a Constitution check, both of you.
Oh god.
eat it, scrub. I got a plus scrix. +6.
Check, not saving throw.
What am I gonna use?
The modifier.
Mind if I the top?
Above the saving throws, where you've got your 6 skills.
Okay, Constitution. Sorry.
I rolled a dirty 20 on that one. I rolled a 19 plus 1.
Okay, so you beat me in that.
Okay.
Dude,
Ponce,
what the heck?
Okay, for the sake of brevity, one more roll. I'll let you choose whichever one you want to do.
Oh, Dex, for sure.
Okay.
Show me the money.
I love the Constitution.
Okay.
Second 19. I got another 19.
Oh, 18.
Okay. Through several minutes of patty cake, eventually, Rondon, you miss one of the movements and your hand slips, and Kwanseng, you taste victory.
I do the whole like the jump in the air punch.
Okay, yeah,
Spinning.
freeze frame, and
Yeah.
there's confetti everywhere. A band suddenly comes out of nowhere and starts playing. Okay, what the fuck kind of band is that?
The pet band.
I want to cast death word.
Oh god.
Death word? You mean power word
Word
kill?
power word kill on Kwanseng.
Oh god.
How dare you beat me?
Yeah, I just like that. Like the band that comes out is like playing this like nasty riff. Like it's just like. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, you take your rest.
Thank you for humoring me.
Eventually, you all come to consciousness at different points in time.
Is this a long rest or a short?
This would be a long rest, yes. Replenishing all of your spells, abilities, hit points, anything that you can at a long rest.
I want to put out one more mental pulse. I know that water is scarce, you've said, but is there any containers of blessed water available?
This answer you don't get from Scrappy, but the answer is simply no.
Okay. Well, the one spell that I thought this might be helpful requires holy water, so
Never
I got
seen
nothing,
water
I'm
with
no
holes
help.
in it anyways.
Is it? I mean, is it a
It
cost?
consumes. It
Oh.
consumes the. Well, I guess holy water or where did it go? Holy water or powdered silver and iron, which
Oddly enough, I do still have water from that well that you told me not to pull water from.
would that be considered holy water?
That would be. It's a very holy water.
What do you
It's
want to do?
It's up to you if you want to share it.
I don't necessarily care. What are we doing with it?
I've got a spell. If we're dealing with specters, it'll help us, or help one of us.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
okay. I don't think I carry healing potions, or I would trade you one back for it. But
No worries.
Now, hold on, Tyler. Is this a spell that summons a creature?
no.
Is this a spell that has a cost?
Yes. Well, it's not a cost. It says here. Let me pull it back up.
So as long as it doesn't require monetary cost or gemstones, you're fine. You can just use your spellcasting focus for it.
Where did it go? Yeah, holy water or powdered silver and iron, which the spell consumes.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it consumes it or not, as long as it doesn't
Okay.
have a stated monetary cost or require a gemstone to cast.
Got it.
You're
Got it.
good.
Okay, then I return the holy water.
Okay.
Cool. That makes my life a little easier.
Also, Drew,
Yeah.
for that vial that you have, is it just a simple vial that you collected that in?
Yeah, I don't remember how we collected it. This is my fault for not having you add it to my character sheet back then, but I have it written here in my notes.
Okay, what do you have it written down
okay.
as?
I just put special water. So,
So we'll treat it as a vial.
Okay.
A single dose of this is essentially a potion of healing.
okay. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. So, as time passes and you all begin to prepare yourselves for the journey ahead, eventually you see strutting up to this small shelter, this little hut that you guys have taken rest in, Scrappy, the tiny little mushroom person, begins to walk their way into where you are and says, "Are you all ready?"
As we can ever be.
Yeah.
Very well. Follow me. And they begin to like slowly walk, and it's like watching like a snail crawl. It's like this thing is so small that its gait is so tiny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go like, Scrappy, I'm gonna pick you up again. I'm sorry.
All right, you pick them up and I assume put them on your shoulder or something.
Yeah. Just point me the direction. Whisper in my ear. I'm just kidding. You can't whisper into my ear. You don't have a mouth. I'm sorry. That seems insensitive.
Freaking Rondon.
You no mouth idiot.
Yikes.
Go ahead.
As we're setting out, I'll reach over and I'll touch Quansing on the shoulder, and I'll cast Dark Vision.
Okay.
Reva, do you see in the dark? Are your eyes accustomed to the darkness?
Is that just something I choose, or am I looking at something?
It would be on the senses on D&D Beyond.
Also,
More than likely it's on the left-hand side of the page.
Are you also down with the sickness?
Okay.
Let's see.
It would be under where you see maybe passive perception.
Yeah. Perception, investigation, insight. I don't see anything else.
Okay.
No,
then
so
I'll
she
cast
has no
Dark Vision
special
on you
sense.
as well.
So no.
So you both have Dark Vision for the next 8 hours.
Oh, thank you.
Assuming you're both willing. It has to be a willing creature. I don't know.
No, I want to be blind.
I guess as I'm reaching for Reva, like I know you distrust magic, but this will help you, and I will tentatively touch her on the shoulder. I guess I'll reach up and touch her on the shoulder as well.
Yeah. You cut his arm off.
Right. And now we
so-
can all see.
Yeah. So Reva, you turn into a toad. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Curses.
Gotcha. It was a polymorph.
Yeah.
Psych.
Distress magic.
Yeah. You all begin to head out of the village with Scrappy as your escort. Tracing back the way you came. Eventually you leave Elgiri village, and you come back to that same intersection, where Scrappy points you to head towards the middlemost passage.
Oh, so we're supposed to go through here, huh?
This is what I was talking about. No, that's not it. Apparently it is, dummy.
Damn it, Scrappy!
Just backhands it.
Oh, mushroom idiot.
Yeah.
Pops his head off. Did you guys ever do that with mushrooms? Like grab the stem and just pop the top off?
I was
One
incredibly
second, not in front of our mushroom friend.
You guys ever decapitate mushrooms at home?
I would always hit him with golf clubs. Anyways.
Dude, your axe. Forward.
All right, so they say it'll be down this tunnel, though there are several winding paths. I'll be able to lead the way, but you must be careful of the dangers ahead. As I said before, there are many hunters here who, for the most part, will steer clear of you so long as you don't provoke them or do not present yourselves as prey.
Sora!
You hear Goofy's voice echoing through the halls.
Love it.
Are you ready?
That was my Dane impression.
I'm so sorry. Presea, you see well in the dark, right?
Oh, what?
Back there.
She's bumming into shit.
Guys? You left her in the village. She was like, no one woke me up.
That's bogus.
I can't see anything. Where's
No, she says, yes, I am able to see in darkness.
That's good because I don't have many more second level spell slots.
That's good. I can't help you anyways.
Right. I mean, I can. It's just burning more of my resources.
I'm trying to save as much as I can.
Reva, Presea, are we ready?
She takes the bow from her back and kind of just places an arrow across it. Doesn't necessarily ready an attack, but you can see her holding her bow as if she is ready for anything at any moment.
I put my hand on my sword, but I step a little bit closer to her and just kind of nod.
I know, Reva, that you might need some help here, and I hand her one of my hand axes, just for your protection. But just a big dumb stupid grin, and I put it back in.
Like, dang, she has a great sword.
Rondon, I was joking. And I take away Rondon's dark vision.
Oh, okay.
Dang,
You don't get to see anymore, idiot.
Right.
this was a race trait.
So, for clarification, Miley, do you want to do the dual wield longswords, or do you want to have just the one?
I think I want to just have the one.
Just the one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And also, while we do this, I activate the Oculus Macabre's light just to add some extra spooky to our team.
Oh, I gave us dark vision so we didn't have to have any lights on.
Oh, I just figured it'd help us look more menacing to the hunters.
Yeah, thousands of heads turn in the hallway to look at you.
Right. all the little silvery eyes just down the tunnel.
Just sprinting it down the hallway.
All right, so if I could have the marching order for everyone here.
I guess I'll be up front because I'm the one that's carrying Scrappy.
I can go second because I think I have the farthest sight.
Okay.
How far is your sight there, Dane?
120 feet.
Really? Dang.
I took a feat.
Doug Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug did it.
I really miss being in the D&D room because I had all my notebooks and I haven't ever gone back to get them. So I feel like I'm always without supplies. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so we have Rondon and then Dane.
If that's cool, yeah.
Okay, Dane. Who's going to be in the middle?
Stuck in the middle with you.
I'll
Consing?
go in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually in the middle somewhere.
Okay, so we'll put you after Dane then.
Okay.
Hwansang, and then Persea. And then Reva.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, Persea likes to stick towards the back because she's a long-ranged person.
I love the air quotes. It's the laser.
All right, so as you are continuing down this dark tunnel, you can smell this like this mineral smell, and this kind of humidity in the air. It's not like a. It's not so much of like a warm heat so much as it is. It's just there's a lot of moisture in the air, and it's actually quite cool down here. So Rondon, taking the spearhead of this group, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right. I am not perceptive. 5.
5. Okay. So leading the group onward.
Auto tune.
Leading the group onward. It's even with your dark vision, it's a little difficult to see. Some shapes are kind of lost in the darkness. You're not able to perceive a lot of color, and so the ground, while this tunnel is not so much of a like a rocky tunnel, it's more so like a smooth stone, and you can smell the mineral water kind of pouring down the sides of this tunnel, collecting into pools on the ground, that kind of, how would I say, like have rounded bowl-like edges that kind of descend deeper and kind of disappear into the walls. Your foot catches some of these, and so you kind of slip, maintaining your balance for the most part, but your foot tends to slip into some of these puddles and some of these like perfectly smoothly carved pools of water beneath you. Yes, Dane.
So, assuming that I can see over Rondon, I want to be looking specifically for that cave fisher.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. And as I'm looking for it, I'm going to give myself guidance on it.
Would he be able to do it with advantage, seeing that he already went down the hall with his bat once before?
No.
Okay. I tried.
I appreciate it. That is perception 26.
26. Okay.
Demon need it.
Continuing down the tunnel. It's a bit of a journey. I wouldn't say terribly long, but you've been walking for a good 5 minutes, which has, at a steady pace, has led you pretty far into this tunnel. And you can see that the tunnel itself is opening up a little more, giving you more room to kind of walk around and avoid some of these pools beneath you, these kind of like smooth stone all around you. Dane, as you're keeping a lookout specifically for this creature, let me see. Well, actually, do you have dark vision?
Devil's Sight.
Devil's Sight, that's right. Yeah, because of your feet. Yeah. So, peering through the darkness with this, you begin to see several of these white thread-like filaments that kind of hang down from the ceiling. They're seemingly sourceless, though you've seen the creature before that can produce this, and they appear to just dangle there. Still, there is a slight draft However, it doesn't seem to disturb the filament too much. And you can see that there's a couple of them. You can probably see maybe 4 from your approaching location.
Okay. I'll mind link quick with Rondon. Just that I'm going to kind of tap you on one side or the other so you avoid the fishes. And then I'll turn around and I'll do the same one by one. Kind of walk in line with where we are so that we're not walking under these things.
Okay. So, for the purposes of this, I would like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
I'm just gonna say, like, I appreciate that. I don't know what I laced my shoes with, but I've been tripping all day.
Some mushrooms.
That explain everything.
Wait.
Nice.
So, we'll start with Rondon.
19.
Okay. Kwanseng?
19.
Reva?
22.
22. Dane?
Dang.
7.
I'm 7.
And you're the one that's like,
Yeah, so focused on making sure everyone else misses it that I just...
Yes, and that is exactly how it is. As you're directing everyone where exactly they should go, this filament is very thin, seemingly transparent, and in the midst of you directing everyone where to go, it suddenly just kind of flows across your chest and your shoulder, and suddenly, as you continue to walk, there's some resistance as you walk, and suddenly you are pulled back further and further and further, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
thanks, Dane.
Sorry, y'all.
Dane's at it again.
That's
This
it.
was doing me so good last night. Now it's just not.
I'm the leader of this group now.
Yeah, you are.
Oops. Need to change that.
Two quick questions.
Yes.
As soon as I feel that kind of tugging, am I able to get a reaction off, or is that the start of initiative?
That's the start of initiative.
Okay.
Turn this down a little. It'll be 2 seconds before I send this out to everyone. Alright, and everyone has dark vision, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least 60 feet. I just remember that one time that we were doing a thing for Eric, so I was like, "Here, Eric, you can see." And Drew was like, "Why don't I ever get to see?"
Well, it's true.
I think that was the last time I had the spell prepared. So
Kwanseng and Presea and Reva. Oops. Just 2 seconds more, guys. I'll appreciate your patience with me.
No way.
What's up with that?
Oh, what's up with that?
What's the deal with airline food?
Who could ever love a beast?
That's true. Oh my god. Do you remember when I was so mad about that?
Yep. I think about that every time that movie comes to my mind.
Wait, what were you mad about? Tell me.
So the remake of Beauty and the Beast, I
Yeah.
hated the new narration because I loved the old narrator. You know, the Once Upon a Time. You know, like I love that guy. But like the lady who narrates it in the beginning of the remake, like it just comes off so like it's supposed to be a dramatic reading, right? It's supposed to make you feel like invested in this fantasy world, but like she sounds like fucking Jerry Seinfeld when she's reading that shit. Well, who could have love a beast? I mean, really, guys.
That's so messy.
And I was like
love it.
so mad. I was expecting great things from this movie. Anyways,
Other than that, it wasn't bad.
it was okay. I think Emma Watson, her performance, like her singing was I don't know. I didn't like it as much.
Generally, I love her work, but I think she was one of the weaker parts of that film.
Yeah.
Luke Evans as a guest star stole the show.
Oh, sure.
And Josh Gad as
He's what's his face from Lord of the Rings now? Like the
Bard.
Bard.
Bard
That's
the
right.
Bowman.
That's right.
And it's
Oops.
from The Hobbit. Thank you.
You want to shut the fuck up?
I don't.
Well, good.
You guys want to see my ingrown hair?
No, what the fuck?
What kind of question is that?
I didn't say where, you weirdos. It's on my nipple.
Great. Thank you.
Oh,
All right, so I think we have everyone connected here.
yeah, and I don't think you can say nipple on Twitch, just in case you guys are wondering.
What about like a bottle? You know what I mean? Like they have, aren't those called like the?
I was
the
kidding.
caps,
I just
right?
wanted to say nipple one more time.
Okay, great.
You get us banned.
All right, so at the top, let's see. Oh, actually, not the top. We still need to collect it. Dane, what did you roll?
8.
Fitting.
Kwansang,
I rolled 19.
Rondown Timbers,
20.
and Reva.
11.
All right, so Rondon, you are first.
All right,
However,
yeah.
you do not currently see where these creatures are. You were pointed out where to step and where to go, but you don't know where they are in the ceiling. The ceiling is covered in various rocky features, and it is still while it is still dark and you have dark vision, color is lost, and these creatures have adapted over how many years to blend in with their surroundings. Sorry. So at the moment, you don't currently see any creatures, but you see that something is stuck to Dane.
Yeah. Can I do like a grapple of that that silk and just like tug it down?
Let's take a look here. Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check.
All right. Uh, 15.
15 succeeds. So as Dane, you're being pulled basically up into the air, and you're losing contact with the ground beneath you. Rondon turns around, grabs this filament around you, and just pulls and yanks, and you can hear this kind of tearing sound, almost like this masking tape is being removed at an incredible speed and strength, and it just rips off, and Rondon releases it, and it just kind of begins to freely float in the air around you. But you are free for the moment.
All right.
That is your action, Rondon.
All right, and I'll take it. That's it.
All right. Do you want to move anywhere?
I guess I would like to move. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being stupid and indecisive. I'll just kind of like move ahead, more like that direction, just kind of.
Okay. Also, to clarify, the darker squares that you see here are stalagmites. So there are jutting formations of rocky material that are jutting from the earth and blocking certain direct path.
Yeah, and I was assuming like it was something.
Though they do not connect with the ceiling, so if you wanted to jump over or fly over them, you could.
Yeah.
All right, so Kwanseng, it is your turn now. So with this new sense of dark vision, you see what happens. Dane suddenly begins to get pulled up in the air, and he almost seems to get pulled back into you for a moment. You kind of hold your space and see that Rondon turns and rips the cord off of his chest. It is your turn now to react, though you do not currently see any creatures around you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of move just a little bit, and I'm going to hold my action for if I see a creature.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right, so here is what happens. It is now one of the creatures' turns, and you can see, Kwanseng, that as you are moving, this white filament seems to follow you, and suddenly, as it adheres to you, let me see. Use its action. A creep will adhere to. Wow, I can literally just put this over you, and you're already stuck.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So it runs over to you in your space. You can see this thin filament suddenly stick to your body.
I use deflect missiles.
Um,
I'm kidding.
and suddenly you feel this pull. The creature, who is now pulling you up towards it, reveals its position to you, triggering your reaction.
Perfect. I send an air lacing attack directly at it.
Okay.
That's a 28 to hit.
28 definitely hits.
For 6 plus 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. All right, and that's your first attack.
Yep. And for the second, a 22 to hit.
That does hit.
For 11 points of damage.
Okay. 11 points of damage. You can see that this creature is definitely hurt, and you can hear this kind of this shriek, this come from it as it. Now that your attack is over, you are suddenly pulled up into the air. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, Kwanseng.
Oh god. Luckily, I'm proficient.
Sure.
Actually, am. In just saving throws. I don't know how that happened, but 19.
19 succeeds. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. This is a very long wall of text that these creatures have.
You're good.
Okay, so, Kwansing. As this creature is attempting to pull you up, you actually grab onto the stalagmite next to you with one hand and kind of aim your hand up in the air with the other to kind of use the force of the air to keep you grounded. And this creature pulls and pulls and pulls, but you are not budging.
Ugh. Dude, I got the yawns tonight.
The yawns.
So stupid. Hate it.
You are also grappled, Kwansing, so your speed is 0.
Okay.
Alright. At this point, it is Presea's turn, and she will... She's going to move over here, Kwansing, towards you. And she sees this creature grappling you, and she looses an arrow from her longbow. And you can see that while she is... what do you call it? While she could have the capability of being able to fire twice, as you guys have the extra attack, it seems like she diverts more energy into making one single strike that does a lot of damage. So you can see her pull the arrow back. You can see this energy gathering at the tip of the arrow, and suddenly she releases it, and this autumn breeze suddenly blows within the cavern. So let's see here. That is a... Oh my god! She rolled a natural 20.
Oh god, you scared me.
Oh gosh. Holy... Okay, I'm about to one-shot this thing. That's,
oh, hell yeah.
That's 51 points of damage from her autumn arrow.
Yikes. It kills it and everything around it.
So
I die.
Yeah, so this creature that was grappling you, Kwansing, suddenly explodes into a mess of gory bug guts all over you.
Yuck.
And as it all falls on you, and you can see this, like, actually, one second, because this is important. This is very, very important.
It's
You
very...
can smell this
Oh, no.
this very strong alcoholic just odor coming from the innards of this creature. Yeah, that is what you smell.
Oh no.
This very, very alcoholic odor coming from the blood
gonna-
of this creature.
Yeah.
Alright, and you're no longer grappled.
I'm not grappled anymore.
Reva, it is your turn. So, one of them seems to have revealed their position, and they were immediately just blown up by Presea in one shot. You currently don't see any of the other ones.
Okay, would I be able to even reach them?
From
I don't have
your
any like
position,
projectiles.
yeah, from this position, not really.
Let's see, I'll move here. Yeah, because they're like up on top, right?
Correct. You look up, and the ceiling it differs in height, but it seems to be within the realm of 15 to 20 feet high.
I think I'm gonna hold my action until I actually see one of them, or if I can actually like reach
Okay, perfect.
one.
All right, Dane, it is your turn.
Since I was looking out before, do I have any indication where any more of them are?
Yes. Yes, you can see that there are a total. Well, there were a total of 3 of them in your immediate area. One of them
Okay.
has since been exploded.
Okay. Now, after that display, is there any hostile indication from the others that they're looking for a fight?
Make an insight check.
Is that my action?
It would be your action, yes.
Okay. How close are they to each other, and how close are they to us?
I'll say that one of them is a little bit behind you. The other one is a little closer to Rondon.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll use that. I'll make that insight check.
Okay.
And that's an action, so I can't also give myself guidance because that's an action. 21.
21. It seems as though they're still holding an aggressive stance.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action to point out their positions?
Yeah, I'll say sure.
Okay. So eyes up, they're still coming for us, and I'll kind of point towards where the 2 that I see are.
Okay, so you point to their locations. Though they still don't have a visual on them.
Sure. All right, then I will move there, and that's all I got.
All right.
Thank you.
So, it comes up to one of these creatures' turns, and they see you, Reva. So they come right up next to you, and you can see that this thin white film suddenly sticks to your body. Let me see here. This will actually work out interesting. The creature attempts to pull you up to it. So make a strength saving throw. You can choose to fail this if you'd like.
Oh, no, it's fine. 17.
17. Okay. So the creature attempts to pull you up, but you hold steady on the ground. You still have your held action if you wish to destroy the filament.
Sure.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack.
It's a 13 hit.
13 does not hit, unfortunately. So the sword swings, but it doesn't seem like it's hit in a place where it's actually cutting. It seems to just bend or stretch out this elastic, stretchy filament, and so it kind of creates this bow in the this bow in the filament, but it doesn't actually seem to cut. You can go ahead and make your second strike if you'd like.
Is an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
$19 points of damage?
19 points of damage is enough to do it as you swing towards this white filament that is grappling you, and it is suddenly severed as you are freed from its bindings. That is its turn. Now this one over here is going to come up to Rondon. Rondon, you immediately feel this filament just suddenly stick to your chest, and you are feeling this pull up toward you. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
I'm just like, now, you better get off. 13.
13 just succeeds.
Oh, Woo!
So
So close.
you can feel yourself being pulled up. You actually get about 3 feet off the ground, and you grab onto the stalagmite next to you, and you begin to like pull your way back down. And suddenly, your feet meet with the ground, and there is this really heavily taut hold on you from this filament. And that is its turn. It comes up to your turn, Rondon. You are grappled, so your speed is 0.
Okay. Am I able to kind of reach this fissure?
Not really. No, it's about it's about 15 feet up in the air at the moment.
What if I'm a giant?
As a giant, I would say that there is still some distance between you, but I would allow you to make a roll to see if you could reach. It would be like a percentage roll to see if your attack actually even hit.
All right. So I'll just use the giant's might to make myself giant.
Okay.
You want me to roll a D100?
Yeah. So given the distance that you have, there's about 5 feet the distance that you have with this creature and yourself. I will say that it is the odds are not really in your favor at this time. I'll say that there's a 35% chance that you'll even be able to make a swing at it, because there is a space between you guys.
All right. So I'll just roll my D100.
Mm-hmm. So you have to roll below that.
I got 44.
44.
So.
No. So unfortunately, due to the distance, it doesn't seem to even reach. You do, however, have a second strike if you'd like.
I'll just. I can't hold an action because I.
You can hold your second attack if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll hold my second attack just to see if it like falls to the ground, and I will step backwards, just kind of like.
You cannot step backwards. You are grappled.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Does the strength thing that you set up, the advantage on its athletics checks against grappling, does that apply to saving throws or whatever happened?
No, it does not apply to saving throws.
Okay. All right, so I'll hold my second action to kind of prepare myself when it tries to get to me.
Okay, perfect. All right, Kwanseng, it is your turn now. So, being freed from the grapple of this, you can see that the filament is still stuck on you. However, there's nothing attached to the other end, and you are soaked with this alcoholic-smelling blood that is just soaking your clothes. It's very strong. And you can see that there is a creature harrowing Reva attached to the ceiling.
Yeah, so I will well, I can hit it from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try and hit it from where I'm standing, that creature one, with just a normal air attack, and that's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
For 11 points of damage.
All right. Slam. Second attack.
Yeah, see, how's it looking?
This is the first damage that you've seen it take.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought Reva hit it. All right, so then I'll make a second attack. And this one is just a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit, unfortunately. So this time, as you are making your strike, it takes cover behind one of the stalactites, and you can see this rocky spike suddenly just fall to the ground and crumble, nearly hitting Reva on the ground.
Yikes. And then I guess I'll kind of holler out and I'll go, "This smells atrocious. Don't let any get on you."
All right. And did you want to move anywhere?
No, I'll stay put.
Okay. So it comes up to Persea's turn, and she says, "Oh, sorry," and she readies her bow once again, and she aims towards the pale white scorpion-like creature on the ceiling. She's going to make her longbow attack. That does hit. And so she is going to roll damage. Holy Jesus.
I love it when you say that.
She's really strong, guys. Her to hit is kind of meh, but her damage is really good.
That's good. We need damage output right now.
And so I'm not going to tell you the damage because I think that's a little metagamey here. But this is a devastating attack, and as it strikes the creature, there once again you can see this pulse of this radiating orange kind of glow that comes from the creature and fills the cavern with autumn air. As it comes to your turn, Reva. You are grappled in place. You cannot move, and you are currently being kind of held by this white filament. Oh no, wait, you broke it, so never mind. You're free to move.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So you're free to move wherever you'd like. At this current distance, you're not able to reach the creature unless you have some kind of ranged attack, or you can coordinate with one of your allies.
Okay, I know I said I didn't trust in magic, but I need one of you to get me up there, if you can. I don't know who. One thing can... He's like an air... Not airbender, but you know what I mean.
Air lacer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Airbender TM.
Yeah. You can see that the one that's closest to the ceiling itself is Rondon. However, he is a little out of reach. There's just a little bit of space between him and the ceiling.
I guess I'll move then. Am I close enough to him there?
To Rondon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just kind of like shout up to him, like, Rondon, can you get me up there? Like, toss me.
Hop up.
If you wanted to, Reva, you could climb him.
Okay. I guess I can do that.
All right. So, just for the sake of there being a roll, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
19.
19. You successfully managed to climb up on Rondon's shoulders. With your height plus his height, you are at level with this creature in front of you.
Okay.
So you're kind of like Rondon. You're kind of having to balance Reva on one of your shoulders, and Reva, you're having to hold the sword in two hands. It's a little bit difficult here, but your athletics check proves that you have the physical prowess to maintain the stance on top of him. So go ahead and make your 2 strikes.
I also like that I have Scrappy on one shoulder and Raven on the other.
Oh, sure.
Does a 15 hit?
15 unfortunately does not hit. So as you swing your sword, unfortunately the tip of it catches the top of the cavern, which causes this this kind of grinding metal sound as you rear for your second strike.
And I wince in pain. Ugh, that's terrible sound, Reva.
26.
26 does hit. So this time, instead of swinging upward, you instead thrust forward with your long sword, and it finds purchase on the creature's chitinous armor. Go ahead and roll your damage.
19.
19 points of damage. Perfect. And as your blade pierces this this insectoid chitinous hide, you can hear the screams of this creature as this alcoholic-like blood seems to pool down the edge of your blade, and the smell of it permeates the air. Let's see. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, Dane, it's your turn now.
All right. Which one did Presea hit?
The first one.
Number 1. Okay. Do you have any idea how it's looking? I know you said it hadn't taken any damage yet, but
That attack that it took from Presea was pretty devastating.
okay. So I'm going to pull out a trick that I've been using, and I'm going to cast Sleep down south of where it's at so that it catches the fissure and not any of our friends.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
And that is at first level, which is 5d8. 5d8, yes. And it's not showing up on my features list because I've since hit a new Dreams and Nightmares tier, so that one doesn't show up anymore for some reason. I can re-roll ones on this, right?
When you're using your the one that's above first level.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty good. 21, 22.
22. Okay, so you can suddenly hear this creature's cries of agony suddenly fall still as it falls to the ground, taking a 15-foot fall. It takes 8 points of damage as it hits the ground.
All right.
And it wakes back up.
All right.
To bed with you. Now get up.
I don't know what I expected to happen. I guess I'll cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff,
Okay.
or my the Apexis Flora. I don't have a quarterstaff. I've got a druid staff, and just kind of prepare myself for something else to happen.
Perfect.
And that's my turn. Thank you.
All right, and so it does come to this creature's turn, and so being the one that targeted it, and as it kind of bonked itself on the head from falling, it's going to rush up to you, Dane, and you can see that this creature, it's white in color, this very pale white color. It's scorpion-like in its body, though it doesn't have a stinger. It only has these large claws in front of it.
Okay.
And this kind of like dribbling spittle that kind of goes down from its like insectoid-like mandibles, and it reaches out to strike you. So the first strike is it's a natural 20.
That misses.
And the second attack is a 10.
Misses.
Okay. So the natural 20, that is 22 points of damage from its claws as it grabs you. This creature is about the size of yourself. It's a medium-sized creature, and so as it grabs your body, your waist, it pinches down, and you can hear your back pop, and this creature's claws suddenly begin to pierce the side of your flesh, and you can feel the warm blood beginning to pool down your waist and apart down the side of your leg.
It's a bot.
And that is its turn.
All right. Ah!
All right, so now
That's my response.
Okay. It is now the second one. And it is going to... since it has you right in front of it, Reva, it is going to strike you twice with its claws. The first strike is going to be a 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, I don't think that hits. And the second one is going to be a 20 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So with one of its claws, you can see that it actually strikes out and hits Rondon's shoulder. Luckily, he's covered with the plate, and so the claw just kind of strikes and glances off his armor. But with the second claw, you can see that it actually finds purchase on your arm, and as you have your arm extended with the longsword, it crunches down on you. You can feel just the blood and the skin beginning to tear as you pull away from it, and you take 12 points of damage from that. And that is its turn. Rondon, it is now your turn.
All right. And I can't reach it.
Currently, no.
All right. I'm just gonna roll percentile dice, see if I can't get I got 55, so I'm assuming I'm missing with the first attack.
Right, yeah. So, and with Reva on your shoulder, Reva, you're having to like, whoa, like balance yourself as he's taking these mighty swings with
Grab
the
his
flail.
ear.
Oh, sure, yeah. You grab his ear with both of your hands. All right, and for the second one,
Second one, I'm gonna hold it, noticing that Rave is like wiggling on it. I'm like, all right, try to knock it off the ceiling, and just kind of ready my second attack.
okay. All right, Kwanseng, it is now your turn. You saw this creature fall to the ground as it fell asleep momentarily. Just kind of conk its head on the stone surface and then run toward Dane. And you can see that Dane is in terrible pain as he screamed out into this tunnel.
As he took more than half his hit points in one attack.
Yike!
That's just the natural 20s, yo.
Yep. No, I ain't mad. I'm just ouch.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Kwanseng?
It's my turn?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Sorry. Okay, so then hearing Dane cry out in pain, I'm gonna kind of run around this what you call it? What's the thing on the floor?
Stalagmite.
Stalagmite. And turning the corner, seeing it, I'm gonna send an air lacing attack as soon as I come around the corner.
Okay.
For a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Oh, thank God. And that's the lowest I can get. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage is actually enough to do it. So as you as you round the corner, and this creature is impacted by the air, you can see that its form gets knocked back and into the stalagmite, a little bit further into the cavern, and it kind of, you can see the legs just kind of curl in on itself as it slowly just dies.
Oh, yuck. So after that one falls, I got one more in me, and I take a leap across the battlefield, just for dramatic effect. And seeing the one in front of Rondon, I send another attack.
Okay, if you're making an attack from there, it'll have I'll say 3/4 cover, because there are 2 people in the way, and right there you have a stalagmite in the way. If you could move a little bit up, you'll have a clear shot.
Oh, I can move almost wherever I want.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, there you're good.
Okay,
There you go.
perfect. And then a 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
With 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay, so the second strike of buffeting wind slams into the creature, causing it to shriek out in pain.
Yeah, with that one, when I kind of leap over there, I just take it with one hand and I swing with the air, and then coming across my hand for my bonus action, I'll send another strike of air
Okay.
for a 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Okay. And that one is 10 points of damage.
All right, 10 points of damage again. Perfect, and it lets loose another cry. All right, is that your turn, sir?
Help me! It yells. It is.
Okay, perfect. So it comes to Presea's turn, and she is going to move. She's going to move right here. And she is going to take that shot because she is a sharpshooter. However, it is not enough, as she doesn't roll high enough on this one. So the arrow slams into the ceiling and knocks loose a couple of stalactites there. As she readies herself for the next turn. Reva, it is now your turn.
I'm just gonna attack the number 2.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and make your strikes.
15.
15?
Yeah.
15 does not hit, unfortunately. No, so it actually does hit the creature, but it doesn't have enough driving force to cause it to pierce this hide, and so it glances off the creature, seemingly with no effect. Second strike.
11.
11 does not hit. No, so frustrated in this endeavor, you swing wildly, and your sword once again gets caught on the top of the ceiling of this large tunnel here, not quite having the impact that you wanted there. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Dane, it is now your turn. Reeling from the pain of this attack, you gather yourself as you see the corpse of the creature to your left, kind of curling in on itself, and everyone begins to rush off into the northern direction where Rondon is standing.
All right. From where I'm at, between those two stalagmites, do I have line of sight on it?
You do have line of sight on it. If it was concerning an attack, it would give it bonus cover, but if it's a spell, it'll automatically hit depending on what kind of save it is.
Yeah, I'm just going to hit it with a Lunar Surge.
Okay.
So a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep, okay. So that is going to be... That's an 18.
That succeeds.
Okay.
So that's 9 radiant damage divided by 2, so 4.
4 points of damage. Okay, so you can see that this creature it holds itself as the beam strikes it, and you can see that part of the beam that you fire tends to almost bleach the stalagmite that it passes through from this
Interesting.
moonlight.
And then I guess I've already used my action, so I can't actually look for another one. But I'm going to stay where I'm at. My turn is done. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So it comes up to the creature's turn, and it is going to look angrily at you, Reva, and it is going to attempt to attack you with its claws. So for its first attack, that is a 9 to hit. And for the second one, it is a 9 to hit. So both of you are not able to hit each other, but you're angrily swinging in each other's direction. And so as this creature's claws just kind of lash out, you're parrying it with your sword, making sure that nothing finds perches on your body again. And it seems as though there is a stalemate at the moment as it comes to Rondon, your turn.
All right. It's tough because it sucks being a close range fighter, and
Are you able to use the help action
for what?
to help Reva?
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep on using help actions to help Rava out. Then.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Give me a second here.
Hmm.
Here we go. So the help action gives another creature advantage on attack or ability check. So she'll have advantage on her next attacks then.
All right. Then I'll do that for my turn.
All right. So Rondon kind of puts his hand up and kind of puts you a little closer to the creature as you step onto it, and he's kind of making sure to move you away from combat and kind of give you a better advantage point on this. As it comes to Kwansing, it's your turn.
All right. Still seeing it there. I'm gonna send another attack.
Okay.
For a 19 to hit
That does hit.
for 13 points of damage,
All right, 13 points of damage.
and then just kind of swinging it. So one full swing right, and as I come around, I flip it around and grab it with the other hand and swing again
All right,
for 17 to hit.
that does hit.
And that one is 10 points of damage.
All right, how do you want to do this?
Ooh, so as it comes around, I go, die! And I send another
Jesus.
one. And just wanted to slice its claws off and have it like just fall on its face.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So as this razor sharp wind travels across the battlefield, it forms this crescent shape, and as the claws are extended to try to reach out and grab you, Reva, they suddenly fall off and tumble in the air as this creature's body suddenly releases from the top of the cavern and begins to slowly spin in the air as its legs curl in on itself, and it all just kind of tumbles to the ground in the scatter of gory mess. And this, like I said, this strong alcoholic smell seems to permeate the cavern as it falls still. And with that, we'll take a break.
All right.
How much residue does he get for that?
He killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
So they were
I keep forgetting about residue.
3 each, so you get 6.
Nice. Righteous. Righteous.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a break here because we're a little overdue. So let's come back at, how does 25 sound?
That's fine.
25?
For me.
Perfect. We shall return shortly. And hello, we have returned. Some of us are not in the right place, however.
Yeah, someone
Like-
turned off their camera when they left.
There we go.
Ooh,
Mac?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
I'm Rondon.
Yeah. I am fully immersed into my character right now.
Called method acting.
That's me.
Wow. All right, so bringing us back in, the tunnel, the cavern, lies still as these creatures' corpses lie unmoving on the ground. They have curled in on themselves, those who were not completely obliterated. And so, like I said before, the smell of strong alcoholic blood fills the general area. It kind of permeates the air. It's very strong.
I've got 3 things that I would like to do if no one else has anything. For starters, I want to check to see if there's any more coming.
Okay. I thought the 3 things you were going to do was do a little dance, make a little love, and then basically get down tonight.
That would have been on my list tonight probably had my fiance not died at the very beginning of this campaign.
Yeah.
That kind of changed the trajectory of my life. So,
Sure.
we probably would be married and, doing married people stuff. Alas, someone decided for cruelty instead.
Who's that?
I won't name any names.
His name rhymes with Chandon.
That's the word that I would choose.
Chandon Trubio.
So yeah, I'm gonna look for more cave fishers.
Okay. Go ahead and make your perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself guidance on this as I'm looking.
Guidance.
Guidance. That's a 27.
27.
Nice.
As you peer further into the cavern, you can see that there were more that you had seen. However, they appeared to have either retreated or hidden away, as you can no longer see them.
Okay. 2, I guess 2A and 2B, I want to see if I can identify what makes their blood so alcoholic smelling, and then I want to try to harvest some usable components from their corpses.
So I'll for this in particular, let's see. You want to figure out why their blood is so alcoholic?
Aye. And
So
I
this
want to ask Kwanseng for help because I know he's also proficient in medicinal knowledge.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this would be a medicine check to identify the cause of why their blood smells like this.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask Kwanseng for help if Drew is in the bathroom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll give myself guidance on this as I put my mind to it and put our heads together. Less good. That's a 12 plus 20 total.
20 total. The both of you inspecting the blood, you can tell that it is extremely flammable. And kind of taking a bit of the blood and tasting it a little, it tastes like very strong liquor. It just seems to be just a natural part of their anatomy.
Sure.
They're just constantly drunk the whole time.
Let's get fucked up and Fishing caves, you know?
Yes.
Does anyone have any containers that we can store some of this in? It might be useful. This flammable blood.
Just dump out the holy water and fill up your container.
Well, it's Quenseng's holy water, and
Just
that's a
dump it out.
healing potion.
Nah, just
Essentially.
dump it out.
I do have a water skin. But
Yeah,
it's
you don't
still,
need water.
water.
I'll share my water with you.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna dump out my water skin. I'm gonna take up some of their blood. I might want to get fucked up on this journey.
Oh, that's. I was thinking for the flammable properties of it, but that.
We could do that too.
All
I
right.
guess it's less fun, but
So you fill your water skin with this blood, Rondon. For the purposes of this, how much can it hold exactly?
water skins.
Yes,
4 pints.
4 pints. So I'll say you have 4 doses of cave fisher blood.
Alrighty. Four doses, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. A GTG.
And then the last thing I wanted to do, I want to take out the small knife from my adventuring gear and try to harvest. I don't know, is there are they scaly? Does their skin seem to have any sort of...
They appear to have just regular chitinous hide, like any kind of insectoid-like creature.
Okay.
Let's see. Are you proficient in Arcana at all?
I am not.
Let's see. Are you proficient in Nature?
I am.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Nature check.
All right. And I will give myself guidance on this as well. It's a +4. 17.
Gotcha. Kind of thinking about this creature, some knowledge comes to you just from your time in Onor, and you remember having conversations with some of the patrons of the Crumble Crag Inn. And at first you weren't entirely sure, but the memory kind of comes back to you that this is also a very rare delicacy in Onor. Cave fisher meat is edible, and it tastes much like crab cooked in wine. As far as usefulness of this creature, while its hide is chitinous, it doesn't seem as strong as some other creatures might be.
Okay.
The most valuable thing about this creature are its innards, the blood and the meat, which are prized in cities like Onor.
Okay. Rundun, did you purchase that bag of colding?
No, it was a little out of my price range. I just looked at it enviously.
How long would the meat last if we were to harvest it?
Not very long, probably like a day and a half or so. Sure. I would say, well, given probably not even that. This particular meat, since it is, it wouldn't last long, not without curing it.
Sure. Rundun, this cave fisher meat is prized above. It may be something, I know we got on the road pretty quickly. We skipped breakfast. Is this something that you might be able to take some time to put together if we start a fire?
Well, I think I might have something in my pack to help us out with that. if you want to take a little rest right here, quote unquote short rest, because I don't think any of us really. Oh, I guess you took some damage, so
Yeah, I
never
took
mind.
quite a bit of damage, but a short rest is fine.
Yeah. And
Persea
then,
does come over to you, and she does say, "Dane, do you need any help? I could offer my services." And she kind of raises a hand, and you can see this warm autumn glow from her elven, this very delicate elven hand.
Yeah, it did something to my back, and I kind of, I guess I can't lift my shirt because I'm wearing armor, but
You can unbuckle like the side of it and kind of peel it away.
sure. I that claw did some damage. I'm down to 21 hit points out of 43, so don't bring out the big healing guns. I mean, just
Let's see. So it would be. Okay, here we go. So she extends her hand. That's four. Places her hand on your side, and you regain 23 hit points as she casts Cure Wounds at 5th level.
wow. All right. And I just immediately
The wound
Another-
closes, the aching goes away, and suddenly you're feeling a little better than you were before with this kind of comforting presence.
thank you, Persea. That's
I'm sorry I wasn't able to get you to you sooner, and she, like the concerned look on her face.
no, that's well, you remember, I actually died once, and this was, nothing compared to that. So it's, don't apologize. I'm gonna start a
So-
fire.
Yeah. She's like,
what? Yeah.
what a freak.
And while he does, that, I'm gonna pull Rhonda and Since the kitchen to help cook up the food.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so you find a space within this cavern to accommodate the 20-foot by 20-foot kitchen that it needs, space that it needs. Let's see. What are you going to use? What recipe are you going to use to cook this?
Well, ever since I switched classes, I lost my gourmet feat, so it's just gonna be a really good meal.
No, I thought you still have it.
Let's see, features and traits.
You shouldn't have lost any feats.
Yeah.
Just switching a subclass.
Oh, never mind. Yep, you're right. So, I will. Oh,
How'd it go? You're muted.
Well, not as good as I thought it was gonna go.
That's rough, buddy.
Oof.
Yucky. But I'm back.
You're back.
all right, so I am gonna do the increased hit point maximum recipe. So, and you said this tastes like crab cooked in alcohol.
Yes. Quick question though. Do you have any seep leaf in your inventory?
I gotta look at my inventory now.
That's the main ingredient to the hit point increase one.
Nope. Nope, I don't. Oh, wait. No, yes, I do. I have one.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and mark that one off. Delete that from your inventory then. And then yes, so this creature does taste like crab cooked in strong wine.
Yeah, so think what I'll do, just for flavor, is make like a carbonara, just like with a nice butter sauce and like these real fancy noodles. Because it's my kitchen. I can make it how I want.
So first of all, I guess describe what your kitchen looks like, Rondon, and describe what you do, because this is the first time some people are experiencing this. So
I
give
think
us
this is
a
the
little
first time
flavor
the
here.
kitchen's been used.
Yes, give
Yeah,
us a
no-
little flavor here, Rondon.
Yeah. So, this is fun. So I want to say I have like nice. So this is completely different than like what you would expect from Rondon being like a lumberjack. So it'll have like this like nice white marble countertop.
Oh, before
So that he
that,
can-
from the very beginning, how do you make a kitchen appear from nowhere?
Yeah. So I feel like so I reach out into my pack and like there's just like this nice like I'll say it's like a marble cube because like just kind of like it looks different than everything he has and it reflects what his countertops will be. So I pull out this cube, set it down, or maybe I toss it casually. No, I'll set it down because I'm very particular about the orientation on it so that it can expand. So I set it down where I have enough room for it and just like knock knock, Ronnie's home. And then watch it expand from there. So from there you open up this door. It looks like a rustic like little cabin, but when you enter into it you see like these nice white marble countertops with like a nice like walnut cabinetry. Like so your dark woody colors. And then you got your cast iron stove, which is like an 8 burner because Rondon doesn't mess around with it with no 4 burners. You got 8 burners and 2 dual ovens going on with it.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's bougie.
Okay.
And so I imagine the wall color scheme would be like a nice like dark like forest green to go along with it to kind of like help contrast that dark walnut color.
Sure.
And also because you got the white countertop, so to kind of like separate the colors as well. What would the floor look like? I haven't really put much thought into the floor because I'm only imagining the cabinetry.
Ooh, mahogany.
Sure, why not?
Is it hardwood or is it tile? Do you have carpet in your kitchen?
You're
No
a carpet in the kitchen kind of guy, aren't
Oh
you?
my god, you monster.
When I
carp.
the first house I remember living in, my dad and I lived with his brother, my uncle, and he had carpet in his kitchen. So when I moved into a house that didn't have carpet in the kitchen, I thought it was weird.
I wonder if he's in hell now.
He's not. He's alive.
I'm just kidding.
His life must be hell if he has carpet in his kitchen.
Well, he doesn't anymore. That
Okay.
was, I mean, like his first house in his 20s, sort of deal.
Also,
sure.
if you want to talk about carpet in an inappropriate place, let's talk about carpet at the bathroom. Blech.
Ugh.
That is gross. Anyways, this is the kitchen that you see before you as you all step inside, and it is, I will say, it's furnished with a kitchen table, which you can describe to whatever suits your needs.
It's definitely a live wood like table, so you're talking about like kind of like the bark on the edge, so it's
okay.
like really rustic looking, and it is I guess family style. So you're talking it'll be benches instead of chairs, so that like we can just like saddle up like right next to each other. Like
Okay.
you just find a spot wherever.
Very clashing decor here, from this like polished marble and and then just like this literal tree trunk that is just a table.
Well, it's not a little tree trunk. It's a live edge wood slab.
Gotcha.
So, and I want to say I want it to be redwood. So like it's like a nice like
okay.
rich red color. So yeah.
Very nice.
The redwood
Very nice.
forest.
And so, gathering your ingredients, you begin to prepare a meal, which takes about an hour to prepare. The rest of you finding yourselves comfortable inside of this kitchen, as the walls themselves appear to be protected magically. This is a fortified kitchen, a portable kitchen. It is Rondon's instant kitchen. And over the course of the hour, your bellies start to growl as you've not had a decent meal for quite a bit here. And so, Rondon, as you present the dish, please describe what you are serving to your guests.
Yeah, so it is gonna be like a crab carbonara. Don't at me if I am wrong if that thing doesn't exist.
It's a fantasy world.
It is a fantasy.
It's cave fisher carbonara.
He's actually talking to the people who he's serving. He's like, yeah.
Don't at me.
Don't complain.
You're gonna eat it and you're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, cave fisher carbonara, with like a nice like.
Demi-glaze.
No, you don't put demi-glaze on noodles, man, or on carbonara. So you're fucking mad. Anyways, with like a nice like drizzle of lemon juice on it to help cut the richness of the sauce itself, because it's, you know, it's cheesy, it's buttery.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what would have cut that also? A demi-glaze.
Well, I'm gonna take your plate away.
All right, and so
You don't get any.
everyone partakes in this meal, which you all scarf down, and it is absolutely delicious. It's more than delicious, it's actually magical. And so as you finish the last bite of your plate, you each gain additional hit points to your maximum for the next.
Forgot about that.
Let me see.
24 hours?
What does the feat say? Is it 24 hours or is it 8 hours?
Increases. Sorry. Hit point. Okay. Man, I am blind as fuck.
Here, let me see if I can't find it here. Rondon Danvers. Features and traits. Gourmet. Increased hit point maximum. Let's see. Might be towards the bottom. Consuming a magical meal takes 1 hour. Once completed, you are considered well fed for 24 hours.
Between the two cave fishers, are there leftovers?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Ooh, that's something you could ask for. From the what's his name? The curator. You could ask for like a storage system, so that you don't have to make the meals all the time. You could just like store them away and use them for later.
That would be something. Kind of like a bag of colding.
Yeah. Oh, is that what that is? I thought
Get him.
that was just to like preserve the meat. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
like he could also contain the magical meals.
Yeah.
You were right.
All right.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Drew. I just had to.
well,
Didn't have to.
I had to. Okay.
it was a great idea.
Would you like me to roll your HP for you, or would you like to roll individually?
And it's D12.
No.
Nope.
Because you're using the meat of the creature and not a magical meal ingredient substitute, it is a D8. So it's 2 D8s that you roll.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just roll individually, I guess.
Okay, so everyone roll 2 D8, and then on your hit points, use that to increase your hit point maximum.
Dude, sick. Back-to-back
Nice.
sevens.
I rolled both the most and the least you can roll with a D8.
Nice.
Oof.
Let's do like a
An
6
8
and a 2.
1.
Oh,
An 8 and a 1. Nice.
I've rolled back-to-back sevens.
Do you need help in increasing your hit point maximum, Miley?
So you just roll the D8 twice.
You roll the D8 twice, and then on D&D Beyond, you have to add a modifier to your max health. So let's roll the dice first, and then we'll get to that.
Okay, so I got a 4 and a 2.
So 6.
Six.
All right. So then on D&D Beyond, on the top right-hand corner where you see your health,
Yeah.
go ahead and tap on that to open the little menu.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be a max health modifier.
Yes.
So change that from 0 to 6.
And then you don't have to apply or anything. You just can back out of it and it'll do it.
Okay.
So this meal, from consuming it, its magical properties seem to increase your vitality. It makes you feel a little stronger, a little more resilient, and so it's reflected in the hit points that you gain from that.
Did Presea get the modifier?
Thank you for
I
reminding me.
didn't, I didn't give her a meal. Sorry.
Fuck that.
We don't feed elves here.
Shit. Ooh, she got a 5, so it's something.
It's something.
And sometimes that's all you need to take the edge off.
What does that even mean? Is that like a smoking joke?
Means whatever you want it to mean.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what people say when they smoke? They take like a long drag and they're like, I need something to take the edge off. Is that just like a movie thing?
Mm-mm.
Anyways, this is considered as a short rest. So if you have any abilities to regain or anything of the sort, or if you want to roll hit dice, I don't think anyone was damaged besides Dane.
And yeah, I got all my healing back
Perfect.
from
I was
Presea.
damaged. Oh.
There you go. So you can roll your hit dice. Do you know how to do that, Miley?
No.
So let's see. Under the cogwheel icon next to your name,
Mm-hmm.
there should be something that says. No, wait. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Let me see. Do you have your D&D Beyond open, Tyler?
Yeah.
Can you guide her through that?
Are you on the browser or on like an iPad on your phone?
Browser, just on a desktop.
Okay. So at the top it'll say share, short rest, long rest. So we're going for the short rest. You see that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as a barbarian, I think you have D12s as your hit die.
That's right.
Yeah.
So because we're level 8, you can roll up to 8 D12s, and you can like roll one, and you recover the die roll plus your Constitution modifier. So you can roll, spend one hit die. If you still need more, you can roll a second, another D12 plus your con modifier. Is that making sense? Am I
Yeah.
totally butchering it?
No, you got it.
But you can only roll these hit die, and then once you take a long rest, it resets. You can start back from 0. But next time we take a short rest, you will have already used 3.
2 or whatever, yeah. 2 or 3.
Okay.
Or whatever it takes for you.
Perfect. So everyone has consumed their magical meals and increased their hit points. How would you like to proceed?
Forward.
Cautiously and carefully.
All right. So
Yeah.
everyone steps out of the instant kitchen. It shrinks back down to its small cube size, Rondon, and you pick it up.
It's
Pocket
like
it.
stepping out of a pizza joint in New York, and we're all laughing and having a good time.
Okay.
And
I got my
immediately get fished again.
Yeah.
I take my scarf off. I'm like, oh wow, what a time.
What a time.
What a time.
What a time.
All right. So
There ain't nothing like a New York slice.
Dumb.
so
Dude,
My name's Johnny.
as you continue, what is the marching order here?
I think probably same as last time, right?
Yeah, because if I'm still holding on to Scrappy, I'll take charge. Unless Dame wants Scrappy, but I did name him.
You did name him. It makes me wonder, does Scrappy feel left out because they don't have a mouth?
Do you want to ask him this?
And just as we're eating, what's Scrappy's demeanor?
Pretty neutral.
He
Pretty
just
neutral.
stares off into space.
I don't care if you eat or not. I am mycelium.
All right.
Good
Yeah,
old
I'll-
Tyler, always thinking about the beings that are mushrooms.
That does
I
happen
do
quite
think-
often.
I do think often of the beings that are mushrooms. Yeah, I'm good with the same marching order. I'm going to keep an eye on the ceiling still for
Okay,
more similar predators.
gotcha. So as you progress forward,
And stealthily.
okay. So I would like everyone to make a stealth check.
Ooh, this is my favorite. Well, maybe. It's not letting me scroll.
Oh, I have advantage on stealth checks.
Hey, how do you know if you have advantage?
It'll say A on it, and it'll have green.
Oh, I just have like, what is it? I'm an expert, I think, in it because
You
I
have
have the black and
expertise.
the,
Yeah, so you get double proficiency bonus, which is sick.
Nice. Even with the double proficiency, I only doubled the proficiency modifier.
Yeah, so it's just whatever it says there. I think yours is a plus 11 right now.
Yeah, it's nasty.
All right, so we'll start off with Rondon.
12.
Okay. Kwansing.
12, 23.
Okay. Reva.
17.
Okay. And Dane.
8.
Looks like both me and Dane are a little gassy from lunch.
I'm gonna be like, stay away from me.
And Presea here. Hold on. Oof. Presea did not roll too well. She got a 10. So
She's also
What?
gassy.
Oh no, not beautiful Persea.
elves can't get gassy, and she doesn't fart. Because this is a
Wow.
fantasy world, and I say so.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Brandon, for saving the elves.
The elves
Fine.
are saved.
She's burping then.
I think. All right, this isn't a time for biology.
Anyways, you all continue down this tunnel. Some very stealthily, some not so stealthily. Rondon, make a perception check as you are guiding the group along.
All right. Oh, it could have been a 19, but it's a 3.
3. Okay, so
I
it's
Could have been. Oh, those dang dice. And they're 20 sides.
so as you
damn
are
natural 20.
yeah, as you're continuing down the hallway, though you have your dark vision, it's a little bit difficult to kind of gauge if there are any kind of threats or anything noticeable just beyond what you is a very apparent to you. And so as you continue down, you still
I'm
manage
just,
to
like-
slip a little on these like little pools that kind of go into the earth, and it's a little slippery.
See, I think what's like happening is like I'm just like so like full of gas. I'm just like I just can't focus. I just need to see if I can't let this one go out. Just like, not really focusing because I'm just so full of gas.
That is what happens.
That's what happens.
Great.
That this build is not really sitting right with me, even though my hit points feel great.
So much unnecessary detail.
Dang, just don't smell it. It's a robot.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Druidcraft to create a puff of wind to move it away from me. Every
Okay.
time that happens, I'll just kind of do a little,
Okay, sure.
then send it back to Kwansek.
Sure. Counter.
Right to his nose.
You guys don't know this about me, but I don't need air. I don't need to breathe real air. I can just make my own to breathe.
I breathe the fake air.
Yes. Let's focus. So, it's a little bit difficult to gauge anything outside of what's immediately in front of you. And so as you continue down this this tunnel here, Wow. Okay. So, Dane, it kind of catches your senses even with your passive perception. Um, you begin to hear what sounds like movement ahead of like scratching of a rocky surface, almost as if something is scuttling along the ground.
Can I see over Rondon to see what it is?
Make a perception check.
Okay. As I'm kind of like focusing all of a sudden, I will give myself guidance. 15.
15. Okay. As you look forward, you can see what looks like this I guess color is lost down here, but it looks like a dark kind of like scaly but also spiky kind of lizard-like form, kind of scuttling away from all of you. It appears to be about medium in size, so it's kind of the same kind of size, general size as you are, but it appears as though it is moving away from you as you continue down this tunnel.
Just for the record, Devil Sight does allow me to see normally in darkness.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll double check the wording of the feat if you'd like.
Sure, go ahead.
Devil Sight, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
That is very cool.
That's why I took it.
Yeah. Hella good. Okay, and so what you see is because it's 120 feet and you can see color and whatnot, so not all the details are lost on you. You can tell that this creature is multi-limbed, and you can see that it has...
Like most things.
Sure. It has about 4 legs on each side. This very long reptilian tail with this kind of like bluish hued skin. And these reddish spikes that jut out from its back and kind of towards the tip of the tail. In the darkness, because you can see normally, you can also see that there is this very faint bluish glow coming from like the front of this creature, though you're unable to discern many details just from this perspective as it kind of scuttles away and rounds the corner of a stalagmite.
What can Dane roll to try to identify this thing?
This would be Arcana.
Okay, Tyler has a strong idea, and Tyler is not feeling good about this. Let me give myself guidance again. Arcana, just a +1. 10 total.
10. Not particularly aware of what this creature could be.
Okay.
But it's big. You know that much. It's pretty big.
I'll kind of slow my walk for a moment, and there's something reptilian up ahead. It was moving away from us, but it looked like it might have been hiding to... I don't know if it's avoiding us or if it's trying to ambush us, but...
Well, let's hope it's not, let's hope it's the latter.
With all the noise we're making,
Sorry.
it probably is. I'd be scared too if I heard a bunch of people coming down the hallway of my home.
Well, if it tries to attack us, I think we can handle it, but...
It's probably best to stay cautious, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get in another fight, but... Not until we really need to, but then again, that's every fight, I guess.
Until next time, old friend.
I can send another scout down to see how it reacts to something ahead of us. If we think that'd be helpful.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Kind of poke the bear kind of thing.
Well, if it continues to hide, we know that we may be safe. If it lunges out and attacks, then we know that we have to be prepared for something.
Well, Dane, I think that this might be the best idea you had in a while.
I don't have many good ideas. What in the world? There it is. Okay.
I thought something seriously was wrong.
No, I went through in my extras. There's a space for all my wild shapes, and I added all the optional familiars, and the familiars were all gone. I just had to refresh my browser.
Oh, I see.
So it's fine. I got it. Let's see. I'm trying to see what kind of senses I'm working with. I'm going to do another bat. It
Okay.
fits the cave theme, and I'll kind of you'll see the bluish energy kind of run down Dane's arm until the bat's hanging off his finger again. It's kind of doing that thing where bats curl up and they're
Sure.
sniffing around.
I
And
see
I'll
them
say-
do that.
What's that?
I said I've seen them do that.
Yeah. Bats are kind of cute. Like, they're ugly, but they're cute.
That's what I said.
They're cute.
You never said that.
Yes, I
They're-
did. I did last night.
I say,
Prove it.
they're cute when they're like not on me. Like if I just look at pictures of them, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. But if one was like in my grill, I'd be like, bro, you will get messed up. Like
Yeah, that's
I will
true.
tennis racket you. I'm not I'm not an animal activist. I will not save your life.
It is illegal to kill bats, I'm told. So
Well,
do with that
there-
what you will.
yeah. Well, he's gonna have to take me to court to prove it. So
Oh, this guy killed me.
I got better.
Oh shit.
Good lord.
D&D.
All right. So I'm going to send the bat down to...
yeah, could you imagine? Tyler's bat takes me to court.
All right.
I can just resummon it.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. The bat flies down the cavern. Are you stealthing at all?
No, because I guess part of the whole exercise is to see how it reacts to the bat showing up.
Sure. All right. So the bat flies down the hallway. It continues for probably a good 60 feet or so, traversing this very long, kind of polished and mineral smelling tunnel, until eventually you come upon the form of the creature, and there appears to be these holes, kind of like larger pools that you had seen throughout this tunnel. However, the creature seems to go in and others seem to come out of them. Some of them are large enough to actually serve as tunnels for these creatures as they burrow in. Some of them come out, and you can see several of them kind of congregating, and there appears to be some chattering between them. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it's up until this point that the bat kind of spots this, and then suddenly the bat grows stiff and falls, and your vision is gone.
There's no
Yikes.
save or anything. It's just...
I rolled for this in secret.
Got it. Okay.
How dare you? In secret.
As my vision retracts to Dane, can I see it down the way? Did I see what happens? Or as it's falling?
As it's falling, I'll say with 120 feet of dark vision, Your passive perception is high enough, I'd say that yeah, it does. You are able to see it. So it falls. You're not able to see it exactly hit the ground because of the different barriers in front of you. But you can just see it fall. It seems to grow stiff.
Okay. Does it make any sound?
Maybe just like a light, like eep, but like nothing too audible.
I meant hitting the ground.
Oh, sure.
Not the sound, the sad death noise.
Sure. Such a small creature hitting the ground, not really.
Okay. Did anything happen that caused that? It just kind of happened?
Go ahead and just make an intelligence check.
Okay. All right, that's a 15 on the die. 16 total.
16 total. Okay. Whatever happened seemed to only happen once attention was drawn to the bat. But you're uncertain of what effect it could be. Could it be?
Sure. So you all kind of see as Dane's like blind for a moment, and then just a sudden like the bat's gone. Nothing touched it. Nothing interacted with it. It's just as soon as they were aware of it, I felt the muscles lock up, and then I'm back here.
Well, shit.
Kwonseng, Reva, I mean, you've both traveled. Is this anything that sounds familiar to you? And I'll describe the thing again.
Are either of you proficient in Arcana?
I'm not proficient in Arcana, no, just history and stuff.
Okay. I'll say history will give you different information, but you could roll that if you're proficient.
Sure.
Reva, distrustful of magic. Are you proficient with Arcana?
23.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I am with nature, though.
I love the combo. That's what makes it so good.
All right. Kwonseng, as he describes these creatures to you, kind of searching your mind in just your historic knowledge, you know that there are different kinds of creatures that can produce the same effect, and just knowing the world, I would say that you would know that that there are creatures that can either cause paralysis or petrification in some cases. And this sounds like the most accurate description of what happened. You're not able to get any sense of what these creatures are or what they're called or anything like that. That would be more of an Arcana check.
Sure.
But you've heard of things like this before.
Sure. It's not uncommon for there to be creatures that cause paralysis. I would have to get a better look at it to see if I knew what kind of creature it was.
No. Brando.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I'm not proficient in Arcana. I have advantage in Arcana. Never mind.
You have advantage on Arcana?
Yeah. But I'm not proficient in it.
Why do you have advantage on Arcana? Is that like a...
Because I'm a gnome.
Is that a thing?
Oh, no, it's because I'm a rune carver. Never mind.
Oh.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Let me see here. Skills, Arcana, Rune Carver. Okay. I'll say all of this muttering between them kind of gets your brain going. I'll allow you to make this roll if you'd like.
All right.
You do have advantage on it.
All right. I think I overheard something while I was at the gym with these giants, with things that they were saying. You won't believe it, Brandon. Natural 20!
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's in D&D Beyond, baby.
Wow. All right. Good deal.
There it is. It's right there.
This is like one of the things I'm not even good at.
Very cool. Thank God
Just
for advantage.
Yeah, just some muttering that I've been hearing while at the gym.
So, this arcane knowledge, while you're not particularly trained in it, does kind of rack your memory of one event that happened within the Lake of Timbers, of these creatures that came from the mountain and kind of began to invade the Lake of Timbers. You would have fought these creatures before, I would say, with that roll. And they are particularly very, very nasty. They mainly dwell underground, and so they are both extremely deadly and a nuisance. These are referred to as basilisks, and they do have the power to petrify those who meet their gaze.
And so, like, I'm just like, you know what? This does kind of ring a bell now thinking about it. Yeah, we knocked down this one. Oh man, it was a big old tree. It was a big old tree that we knocked down because, I mean, when you got that big of a tree, you got that much more stock in it, you know. So when we knocked it down, we didn't realize it was covering up a hole that had basilisks in it. It was, oh man, that was a huge nuisance.
What more do you know about? You said you fought them before. What?
Oh yeah, don't look right at them. If you meet their gaze, we lost about 5 people that way. They stared right at them. They basically turned to stone. They're petrified.
You also know that this creature, while it does turn people to stone, it does eat them in their stone form, and then once they're in the stomach, the petrified flesh returns to unpetrified flesh. They live in several different climates, but they're mostly encountered underground. You also know, just from your experience with them, that these creatures can be domesticated and trained.
Interesting.
It's very difficult to do so. And you also know that basilisk eggs are very highly prized for both magical components and also being able to raise one as a young one. These are pets that are very much respected, and anyone who can train these creatures are seen as either very dangerous or very capable.
Interesting.
You also know that unlike the cockatrices that you fought before, these, if you are turned to stone by them, you cannot be turned back unless you are affected by pretty powerful magic.
All right.
Or by procuring a special tincture made from the oil of a basilisk. That is what your
Yeah.
natural 20 gets you.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes if you're lucky enough, you can get their eggs. They're very, oh man, they're very tasty if you if you crack them open and cook them up. Ooh.
This
But
seems like a bad idea.
it's also like really in the basilisk fanatic community, you're basically might as well be cooking up gold. So you can domesticate them if you try really hard, but you know, I don't think we didn't never domesticate them. We had to kill them because they were killing us. But you could raise them if you have an egg.
I don't think that domesticating them might be on the. I don't think that's an option today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't feel like turning to stone today.
I do want to kind of have my back to where they are, but
Mhm.
be listening to see if they're like coming up on us.
Sure. And very clearly now, as you begin to talk about them and kind of become more aware of their presence, you all begin to hear kind of like hissing and some kind of strange animal cries from them, as well as these like chirping and like very soft screeching noises. But they don't seem to be approaching. What you can tell, however, is Dane. The pools that, well, Dane and Kwanseng actually, the pools that you guys have been passing, from your experience, Dane, that you saw these creatures delving in towards, do serve some kind of other purpose of transportation. And from one of the side ones, you begin to hear some like bubbles, kind of like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh, nuts. And like quick as I can, as soon as I'm able to react, I will, I'll say look left or whatever direction it is because it's in Tyler's imagination
Sure.
and I don't know. And I'll turn my face away from it and try to listen again to see if something's coming up.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
17.
17, okay. You look the other direction, and while you can't see anything, you can hear something break the surface of the water of this puddle. Something clawing its way out. You can hear this kind of like, and you can hear this guttural like, and suddenly, sploosh, sploosh, you can hear it recede back into the water.
Well, it sounds very disappointed in us. Yeah, that's good. I think whenever we get the chance, I might need to change my trousers. I was a little nervous there.
You
I'm not
begin to
gonna lie.
hear more bubbles as you're having this conversation, in different directions in the tunnel that you guys are currently in.
Oh no. I whisper, quietly, shut up, Ron. Shut up.
I'm just gonna cover my eyes.
Cover your eyes. Use your ears as much as you can.
Once
My eyes
again,
are
you
covered.
hear the water breaking from several of these very smooth carved water tunnels, and you can hear the surface break from about 5 of them around you. And once again, there, as you close your eyes, all you can hear is this sniffing, exhaling, the scratching of stone. Something ends up bumping into one of you. Dane, you can feel this like heavy, like very strong, muscled reptilian form bump you. The snout of one of these creatures brushes up against one of your arms.
Ooh.
It's as if they're inspecting you in some way. I would like whoever would like to make an animal handling check.
Oh, I think I'm not proficient in it, but I have a +3 somehow.
I have a +5.
Do it.
Yeah.
Wait, is it just one of us, or any of us can make it?
I'll say, since it's a... let's see. You can assist her if you'd like. Does anyone
Yeah.
else have proficiency in this?
I do have proficiency in animal
Okay.
handling.
So, Rondon, you can give
Animal
advantage to Reva.
All right, so roll your animal handling again, Raven.
So, roll it.
Again,
Yep.
Yep, so
I got
it's
an 18.
perfect. Was that the higher of the two?
Oh, I get 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Because Mac is
Yes.
assisting you, you roll with advantage. Which
Okay.
means
So
you
we're gonna
roll
go with
2
the
and take
18.
the higher result.
Yeah, I'll go with 18.
Okay. There comes a point where, Reva, you feel one of the snouts of these creatures suddenly push against your body, attempting to kind of gauge your physical prowess, test to see if you are prey or not, kind of sizing you up almost. You've been around animals. You know how their language works. You push back. There's suddenly a cry out from this one that you pushed out. And it chirps to the others. You can hear around you this unknown, strange communication. More of them begin to gather around you as they kind of sniff your hands, your equipment, your legs. You hold your ground. Using your body language, you are stronger than these creatures. And suddenly, there is no more pushback. In your blinded state, you can hear them retreating back into their tunnels. Scurrying in as the water just splashes around. You can feel the wave of water suddenly collect at your feet, kind of brushing against your boots. Yes, Dane.
Just since I assume I can also hear that they are retreating.
Yes.
As one is like moving away, can I risk a look at it so I can get a proper sighting?
Dude, this dude Dane is always doing some.
You open your eyes, and in the darkness you see several pairs of these magically glowing blue lights.
Jesus, help me.
I'm
So
going to
does-
need 3 Constitution saving throws from you.
Even though I was waiting until they were walking away?
If you look at one, it triggers the gaze.
Even though it's not looking back at me?
At any point, if you are within its eye line,
But if it's walking the other direction, its eye line is away from it. I'll roll it. That's fine. I just...
if a creature
was
starts
my
its turn
intention.
within 30 feet, and the two of them can see each other, you weren't aware of what direction every one of them was facing.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna quickly enact my storm rune.
You're not aware of this happening. You can't
Fuck,
hear him
okay.
open his eyes.
No, he has really loud eyelids.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Just like hasn't drank water in a couple days, and it's just like...
You said 3 what saves?
Constitution.
Okay.
I got my pen out.
Dear God.
I have a +1 to this. First one's a 5.
Okay. Your body seems to lock up.
You could have
Suddenly,
just sent a
your
familiar.
muscles begin to strain, and suddenly the basilisk creature kind of holds its ground instead of retreating. Make another save.
Okay. 12.
12 just succeeds. You overcome the first effect of this paralysis, or of this creature. Now the second creature's gaze.
11.
11. Your body begins to lock up again. This basilisk that is near you is suddenly starting to look around and kind of... As you're looking at it, you can tell that it's sizing you up once again. Go ahead and make your other roll.
I probably, in this instantaneous moment, I don't have an opportunity to wild shape, do I?
In this moment you would, but you would risk starting combat by moving too suddenly. Unless you want to communicate with your team.
I guess I'm not sure how I would communicate.
It's up to you. Your muscles are seizing up. How would Dane react in this situation? Put yourself in his shoes. Your muscles are beginning to lock up. You can feel this kind of calcification beginning to spread across the tips of your fingers. They begin to lose feeling.
Okay. I just rolled a wisdom check to try and it just says like an impulse resistance essentially to see if the wild shape reaction, if I could hold that back knowing that it would probably have a bad result. And I rolled high enough that I'm going to resist that impulse. And I'm going to say, if anyone can strengthen me, I've made a big mistake.
As you finish that phrase...
Speak with animals. Can I do something?
Let's see. Can you speak with animals at will, or do you have to cast the spell?
At will.
Let me see here.
Also, Mac, I know you said something about sending a familiar. Last time I sent a familiar was a half sighting.
Yeah.
So that's why I was I want to get a proper look as they're walking away.
But it was more of a safer option than just, I'm going to open up my eyes now.
Like I said, the thought process was if they are all leaving, I can just look at one's butt.
Yeah.
Okay. You can cast the Speak with Animal and Beast Sense spell as a ritual, so it does require some time to do this. However, if you'd like to intercept and attempt to interpose yourself between Dane and this creature, you'd have to maintain your eyes closed, but I would allow you a second roll of the animal handling.
Sure.
Go ahead and make your animal handling check.
17 for the first one.
Okay.
And then you said 2?
For this, you're doing this on your own, so it would just be one roll. However, you kind of place yourself in between Dane and Dane as you're kind of still kind of have your eyes open, kind of going through this horrible pain. The creature recognizes Reva's presence and reluctantly turns its head and begins to retreat. Make your second roll, Dane.
I'm going to enact my Storm Rune now, seeing that he called for help.
Okay, yeah. So,
take it with advantage.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Dude, you just be doing stuff sometimes.
Constitution save with advantage. That's a 10.
Okay. And so as the basilisks retreat, The cavern falls silent, and as all of you feel the danger has passed, you all turn to look back at Dane, this petrified statue that stands before you. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Gosh,
Son of a
dang
bitch.
it. Gosh, dang it, Tyler.
So you avoided an
What?
encounter here.
When you're petrified, do you stay petrified forever?
Until someone can cast Greater
No.
Restoration,
Yeah.
or someone can harvest that tincture
From a basilisk.
from the basilisk.
Dude, we carry. Hey, listen. Honestly, though, we carried around an empty plate of armor for a long time. I guess we'll have to carry around this random dang statue.
Well, let's hope that Persea has greater restoration on her.
She might.
We don't know. We'll find out next episode
On Dragon
Next.
Ball Z.
on Dragon Ball Z.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate having you. Thank you for sticking around, those of you who are
dang it.
here. Those of you who stopped by, and those of you who watch our stuff after the fact on our VODs. We appreciate and love all of you. Have a safe night. Enjoy your weekend. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for seeing what can be done about Dane's fate next time on The Darkvale.
Darkville.
What was our sponsor tonight, Tyler?
The space between the stars.
The
Which
space
is where-
between the stars.
Which is where Dane exists now.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.